Welcome back to Perkins Farms. I had to make an executive decision after talking about doing canola all week. We're not doing canola. We're doing soybean. Because the little seeder that we use to fill in some of the most important parts. I can't do canola. Speaking of, not only does the small seeder need to do the southern part of field 3, it also needs to do the northern part because of the unusual and varied terrain there. If you know what I mean. All right, now for the folks at home that weren't there at the end of the last stream, we've got refillable tanks, which allow us to refill on certain things. So we don't fill them; they're already filled, and when you come up to them, so it's a herbicide, seed, liquid manure. Oh no, this is seed. Then there's a liquid and solid manure. You still have to buy lime though from the store. Other than that, we are now a fully operational facility.
Okay, Boss Perkins, I am full of soybeans, and I think if I lower my sower,
You're gonna be good to go.
Should be good to go, right? Lower the sower. I got a B to turn the sower on. Got it. All right. So lower the sower.
Yep.
We're sowing, boss.
Sounds good to me. One of you's using the fast yellow tractor, right?
I am, yes.
Good. We paid for it. We definitely need to get our money's worth. That's called sunk cost fallacy, folks at home.
For those that haven't played MMOs before.
Oh, sunk cost existed long before MMOs, but yes, I guess that is the modern version of that. Now, I don't remember. Do we normally can we fertilize after we seed? Like immediately after?
We need to.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a lot easier in the daylight, sir. Good Lord, there's not enough lighting on this vehicle. Okay, the small one, I have to fix that. That's fine.
You know, we can just save the fertilizing for afterwards because it's going to go really, really fast. I'm going to look at taking a harvesting job. Get these harvesters back to work. Ooh, soybean. You know, I do like soybean jobs. Field 13, I think that's one of the good ones.
It's one of the decent, yeah.
And go get the big boy. Your mic is occasionally getting locked somewhat open. I know. I just want to make sure you knew before anything happened, you know?
Yes, boss. The gremlins are still awake.
Well, you know, sometimes I say curse words, sometimes things happen. I just want to make sure there's no confusion, you know?
Sometimes we say we won't talk about politics and talk about politics.
I think we've been pretty good about walking the edge on that one, you know?
Yeah, last week was not bad.
I think we've had friendly reminders, and that's fine.
I agree.
Look, it's really tough for me to not talk politics, okay? Really tough.
For a lot of us not to do the same, boss.
Really tough.
Headlights on. Oh, your lights are on.
My headlights are on. You snake rattling son of a bitch. You something or other. What's some family friendly? You son of a gun. Brother Tucker. Alright, I'm gonna mute while I eat one of these chocolate peanut butter balls that I got at like a pliable place.
Hey, John Bullion, so you're aware, I am, because it's so dark, it's difficult for me to see the edges of where I'm sowing, so you're going to have to, like, pick up where I missed.
Yep.
I deeply apologize, sir.
peanut butter gets everywhere.
That's good, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna eat a peanut butter ball, it should probably taste like peanut butter. Definitely feels like something that would be marketed as high in protein. I like how a lot of our equipment's at like 5 days, 7 days. This harvester's at like 7 hours, and it's already had to been repaired once. Most of the equipment either has only been repaired once or hasn't been repaired at all. No, 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 no. Well, friends, I beat the Fire Emblem DLC today, so that was pretty big. I went from only unlocking one character to unlocking all 4 and unlocking the finish, so now I'll be able to use them in the main game.
What does that involve exactly, like for the DLC?
Well, you know, the first half of the DLC was like exposition, 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 incredibly long battles where you run. The second half of the DLC was literally just like battle, 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 which was a lot faster. So I mean, I'd only unlock one character, Constance, but now I unlock the... So it's like the further in you get, the more chapters you complete, the more characters you unlock in the main game. They're just like, all right, so I want to join you now. So, yeah, I got them. They're on my team.
Were those characters already existing in the
Nope.
world? Or?
No, 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 no. And they have new classes that Fire Emblem Three Houses didn't have before. They look pretty strong, actually. I'm thinking of making my main... Oh, welcome. Making my main character Byleth into the Trickster class, which is a sword cleric that can swap places with people and has incredibly high movement rate.
All right. It's a weird combo.
Yeah, it's pretty unusual, but I gotta tell you, it works really well with Byleth because his end class is already sword cleric. And I've been, over the different playthroughs, raising the dark magic usage and the black magic usage so that when you are a mage, when you are any mage class, you can use all of the other classes' spells. It's just that the class that you are is the one you'll be most effective with the spells with. But, you know, when you need to hit somebody 8 hexes away or 8 squares away, you know, super long-range sniping spells like bolting and the dark magic are better than having nothing, right?
Warning, Boss Perkins, I see the train going by.
Well, I appreciate that warning. We haven't needed the train warning in a while, but you carry on. Big Spoon isn't here, so we ain't got to worry, you know? The hoppers ain't full, and all the cars are facing the correct direction. This game is super common.
Put your equipment the way you want it to be used the next time.
I agree. That's why I always set up the equipment for people to be able to use, just like there's 2 fertilizer trucks. So, Mr. Paul Kahn, you've got several positions you can fill if you're curious.
That is why I'm called Whiskers in some circles.
What?
Curious like a cat.
Okay, well, we need the second harvester out at field 13. We also need the pickup truck at field 13 to dump harvesters in, and the 2 tractors that aren't being used have fertilizer carts attached to them, which can run behind wherever the seeding has gone down right now. So you've literally got flex position on whatever you want. And with the affordable pay scale we offer here at Perkins Farms, it's never been easier to be family.
Affordable pay scale.
Look, man, somebody in my contracting job this week was like, yeah, look, we really like all you guys, and you're like family to us. And I was like, I'm not going to say nothing, but you better pay me, so... Tell me I'm like family. Come on now. I mean, I assume somebody coached you to say that, because it sounds good. But I'm here for the material recompense, you know? I believe in the mission, but I like the money.
How do you feel on the inside about that statement?
Money. Dollars. I like to be able to make rent at the end of the month.
I mean, I personally usually do not trust people that tell me how wonderful of a job we're doing if they're
Oh God, I hate that.
if they don't even know who I am and what I do.
You're a valued member of this team.
Uh-huh.
All right. What team?
Thanks for the verbal tip. Maybe you can tell me in my paycheck.
Listen, you know, as a streamer, I feel that keenly, because people are like, you did great, and I'm like, yeah? I don't feel like I deserve that, though. I don't
What
feel
did I
like that.
do, though?
So here's the thing. I don't feel bad about it, but this is the weirdest thing for me when people are like, Arthur, you're really good at improv, and I'm like, thank you, and I appreciate that, and you're right, I actually am really good at improv. But most of the things you think are improv are just the fact that I've sat there and I'm pretty sure I know what the players are going to do, and I've already planned it out, and I knew that they were going to do that. So what you think is improvised dialogue, for me, is just like, yeah, I figured we'd probably end up here eventually. I'd say that happens about 50% of the time. Sometimes I do have to improvise dialogue. Happens a lot in Solaris Nights.
Amazed, so it's okay. Let it be a mystery to us.
No, I'm here to... listen, I'm one of those Penn and Teller stage magicians that are here to reveal all the tricks behind the screen, you know?
Oh no, don't do it.
Hey man, Penn and Teller still have some really classic tricks that are tough to break through. I used to be part of the Order of Magicians, but I don't know. Like, I just like talking about how things work more than I like being mystified by them, you know?
Yeah, it's understandable.
All right, I'm gonna eat this peanut butter chocolate ball number 2.
I always found it funny. It's like that people talking about certain people improving, and then I started actively running games more often than, you know, like before Lucas had me run Alien. I've maybe run 5 sessions of games over the last 10, 20 years before that, because of gaming groups in the military are very volatile. You know, one day you're all together, and then the next 6 months you never see each other again. You know, you never know. I mean, I get to meet for 2 or 3 months, and then that guy gets shipped off somewhere else. So I had fun running, but I didn't have a lot of experience. And then I run a campaign of Alien where I don't have full 100% control over anything, except for what the players might run into. Because even the creature's actions, if it's not a human, that system, they've got things they're supposed to do. Like, when it comes time for an alien to attack, there's a table. It's an auto-rolling type table. Like, you roll a d6. It's a really easy table. But it's a table nonetheless. So that greatly alters what you make them do. Because they could do something stupid, where they just walk up to the soldier and just scream in his face to try to make him piss his pants. Yeah, if you're expecting your alien to jump up and rip their heads off, and he does that for 3 turns, you've got to come up with...
I mean, but that's very thematic to the movies, though.
Yeah. And I learned a lot of just winging it in a smart way. Like, okay, this feels right. You know, a lot of that. Like, this feels right. That's what I started with. But
the way I learned to improv as a GM was basically because I was a terrible GM when I started. Like, a lot of people might have.
I think we all are terrible GMs when we start. No worries.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends.
But the not giving up that usually makes you better.
Yeah. So the way I got better is by the fact that my players were just basically, when they got bored, they just went to an inn and started to, like, basically be giant assholes and do bar fights. I learned to improv those scenes very well.
I mean, that's like the basis of all role playing right there, though, is that you have to lean into what the players want to do. And the players have to lean into what the GM wants to do, right? Like, if they're not following your story, you need to figure out why.
Yeah, I got kind of lucky with my group because my first group that I GM for, they just wanted to play. They didn't care. They're like, we're bored, we want to play something, and the D&D DM stepped out. So I'm like, oh, I'm not running D&D. I don't know D&D well enough to run it, but I can run some mutants and masterminds. We're playing superheroes tonight. And we created guys despite the system's complexity of creating characters. I just asked them questions instead. Like, what do you want to do? Like, what would you like your superpower to be? And I'll take care of the rest. I'll just make sure you get where you want to be. And we ended up having a lot of fun, but it wasn't something you would make a campaign out of, obviously. But they had a lot of fun. And then next time they're like, well, next time we want to do a real campaign. Which, of course, as I said, broke up because of PCSing out and not ever having time to meet for 6 months at a time. But that's what we did, made that our new thing for our overall group. Was like, we figure out what we want to do, and we make backups. Like, if I'm GMing and I can't make it, well, then the group's going to play some other game. So we had a Star Wars GM, we had a D&D GM, and we had a Mutants and Masterminds GM running. So whoever was there was the one running that night. And it worked for us. But that was before I was good enough to follow the scenarios. So most of my action was reactions. I'd ask them what they're doing and I'd react to it.
Well, we started making decisions about Dawn Agreement today since I've got the cast together. I was really hoping to have at least one more person and, kind of something a little bit more varied, but I can't keep putting it off. We only have a month until show launch, so.
like characters or?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, the people that are on the cast would not surprise you. They're all people you've seen before, so.
I mean, it gets hard to catch folks. I mean.
Yes, I've put out 80 requests to people directly, like, hey, I've seen your stuff. You're D&D related. Would you like to do collab work? I got 4 no replies. One person told me that I wasn't running enough D&D for them to justify joining me on a D&D show, which I don't know what that means.
Probably just mean like straight up D&D compared to all of the other things.
Yeah, but how am I gonna get if everyone has the attitude that you're not running enough D&D to join D&D, then you'll never have enough people to do D&D.
Oh,
you understand it's recursive.
Yeah, it's very much like the Americans' penchant for saying you need experience in the field at a starter level.
Oh yeah, entry level.
Entry level with 5 years experience. Like,
I don't know that that's strictly American, but it definitely pisses me off.
It happens often a lot here, yeah.
Yeah, we have it too.
Yeah, alright. I ain't gonna spoon this. That hopper's 95% full. Time to go get a truck. The truck. How you boys doing with the seating? I haven't looked at the map recently. Yeah, but like how?
I'm getting really close to being done with the big cedar.
Like,
I got maybe 2 more passes and I'm done with the big cedar because and then it's going to be.
Do you mean you're out of seed or like
no,
you're just mostly done?
Just mostly done, sir.
Okay, you don't have to call me sir. You can call my dad sir.
I'm Boss Perkins. It's sir. I mean, remember, we're being paid like we're family here.
That's true. Yeah. Well, listen, my dad was Art. Call me Arthur. I love saying that in real life because my dad was super casual about everything, and I'm always very very formal and distant when I meet new people, and they're like, Art, and I'm like, no, it's Arthur. Art was my dad. I don't know if you know this, but I actually don't like meeting new people. It's difficult. I give off all sorts of weird fucking social cues, and it takes a long time to read them.
Yeah, completely understandable.
Alright, I got the truck here. If you need to unload at some point, you probably won't for about 5 minutes, but... Oh, I'll pull it up beside you. How about that? You just keep going forward. Ooh! Oh! I need to get a fucking Grammy for this. And an Emmy. I want all 4 of the awards. That's the kind of traumatic driving sequence you could only see in The Fate of the Furious. Drummer Boy, welcome. Improv nights at the tavern? I don't know about that. I assume that was back when we were talking about D&D. There we go. Clip the edge off of this real quick while I line up. We filmed part 1 of Cattle Tech episode 2 this week. It was so incredibly graphic, I had to mark it as being 18 plus and put a content warning on it.
Boy.
So YouTube wouldn't get mad at me. Yeah, it was fucking real, man. Well, it's based largely on the Polish resistance forces of World War II, let me put it that way. Yeah.
Yep. 100% get that reference.
Yeah.
There is some.
It was supposed to be about farming, and the players were just like, resistance. And I was like, alright, okay, well, that's the show now. There's a surprising amount of animal handling. Drummer Boy says, one day I'll throw my hat in the GM game, but I don't have enough time to do a good job yet. I'm about to let you in on a little secret, Drummer Boy. It's the same as streaming.
Yep.
You will never get good at it without just jumping in and doing it. Now, if you just don't have enough time to do it, yeah, that's probably true. Like, if you don't have enough time to do it right now, don't do it, because it will take time. But
Lucas called me out on Sunday, or not Sunday, on Thursday, because I kept muttering stuff to myself, and he's like, are you working on Fallout while we're playing Band of Blaze? It's like, no.
yes,
Yes.
I did.
yes.
I was putting art assets into Foundry the whole session. I was doing 3 things at once. I was playing with them. I was playing the Lore Keeper, which means I have to write stuff that's going down. But in between those 2 moments, I was constantly like adding stuff from the book into Foundry because it's not an official module yet.
Look, GMing is like, I always say it's like an orchestra, but that may not actually work because you are a musical person, and so everything I'm about to say might be bullshit. But GMing is about doing a lot of different things at once that have barely any relation to each other. And you don't have to do all of them well. You just have to make sure all of your parts are in sync with all of the players' parts.
Yep.
And the only way to do that is experience. Studying the theory, watching YouTube videos will never prepare you for the actual pressure of doing the juggling and switching between things. That is a skill you will only gain with experience. It is a non-theoretical process.
And a lot of feedback.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy that.
Get some.
I mean, sometimes you get it from others, but I ask it immediately from my players after the recording stops.
Yeah, but most players will just say it was fun.
Fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I've gotten
See?
lucky because I've had
Sunspirit
I'm
knows.
like, no, seriously.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because sometimes you get players who have very specific concerns.
Yeah.
I'll never forget Rad during the a time of Total Warfare finale going, is this how you want it to end, Arthur? Everybody dies? And then literally like 2 hours later, the players had won with 0 casualties. I knew, but from the other side of the table, it looks super scary.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just talked about that with him earlier this week. He was like, yeah, like going back and watching it, it definitely wasn't in as bad a situation as I thought it was, but at the time, I thought it was bad. I mean, you don't... That... Needing to be an expert in a system is a trap that I fell into with Pathfinder, especially as a Pathfinder Society Dungeon Master and as a Venture Lieutenant. You don't need to be really good at the system, and with the very few exceptions like Shadowrun or Cyberpunk.
Well, even
and with
then,
Cyberpunk, you can cut it out by being like, hey, no net running, and in which case suddenly everything becomes a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that too is if you know the player knows it and is trustworthy.
Yeah.
You can leave a lot of that to your player.
Exactly. You have to trust your players that they know what they're doing. It doesn't work as well if the players are new and they don't know what they're doing. But, you know, if they do, you don't need to know exactly how their character works. You just need to have a rough concept. Most modern monster manual type things will give you a very straightforward explanation of how the monsters work. And like a D&D, I think for every time I turn on Twitter, Dungeons and Dragons is getting dunked on by like 50 people on Twitter who are also trying to get me to buy their indie TTRPG, and I'm like, okay, listen, you fucking idiot. I'm just gonna, I'm just like, all right, look, I get it. You think that Dungeons and Dragons has a lot of problems, and you know what, it does, but it also has a really easy to understand stat blocks. It's really fucking simple to sit down with a first level pre-gen and a first level, you know, adventure, and for a game master to be like, wow, these monsters are really easy to understand. They have Pack Hunter, so they're supposed to attack together. Boom.
Yeah, it's been watered down enough to where it's easier for the layman to get in and go, okay, it says attack here. This is my attack roll. I do this. I do this. I do this thing. Versus like.
Hey, John Bullion, I'm going to polish off the rest of the open parts. Go start picking off where I missed.
Yep.
If you can tell.
I will.
You can tell. The map has it.
Okay, maybe I haven't seen that part of the map yet, but yes.
Hit escape and go to the growth menu. You can do it while you're going. You know, if you have auto on. I don't
trust these automatic systems, sir. There's a reason you hired me.
Cruise control. I always have cruise control on, and then I just manually drive.
I will not be replaced by a machine, Boss Perkins.
You have been replaced by a machine. You want me to sit your ass out here with a scythe?
There's still a human attached to this machine I'm driving, sir.
I am playing Medieval Dynasty as.
I'm not. It's not autopilot. It's cruise control. Cruise control. Even horses have cruise. They're the original cruise control. I will not be placed by a machine, man. Elon Musk trying to replace. I don't care what job you do. Elon Musk is trying to get you replaced in 20 years.
He'll be on Mars by the time he replaces my job.
He's not going to Mars. The idea of Elon Musk on Mars is insane. The idea of any people on Mars in like the next 10 to 15 years is pretty tough. Like, the US government might be able to pull it off, but that's because for every astronaut we have up there, we have 1,000 people in a support team that are supporting the 5 people in mission control who are keeping them alive at any moment when a fucking penny could blow up the entire space station of the ISS. You think Elon Musk wants to gather up his own poop?
Oh, he'll ship those folks along with him.
But that's not how spaceships work. Yeah. You have to be like, the reason they're gathering their own poop is because they need it for radiation shielding. That's how galaxy brain space is. We need our own astronauts' poop to act as a radiation barrier. because it's easily to replace. You take the old, highly irradiated packs and you just eject them into the depth of space. And you just replace them with new poop. Because you know what? Humans gotta eat. You know what happens after you eat? You poop. That's it. End of story. Like, this is a galaxy brain. You don't need replaceable materials. Humans are the replaceable material. What you need is a bag. Bags are easy.
Also very compact.
Yeah. So, look, the idea that humans are going to Mars in the next decade, I like the idea, but the amount of people it takes to keep someone alive in space is incredible. The resources are way beyond even pretty large corporations that, you know, specialize in this thing.
That's one of the reasons I appreciate some of the games that have done the approach of there's a single person maybe sent to start building stuff, so they can actually send, like, basically not clones, but, like, you know.
I mean, the better idea is to send robots. We send robots to build the habitats first. Even then, you're still looking at an incredible amount of materials being shipped over interstellar distances that we've never even attempted before. Man, we still have problems putting a fucking telescope in space.
Very true.
And again, an object the size of a penny, moving at speeds your brain can't comprehend, traveling trillions of years from the other end of the universe, could hit you, and you would be dead. And the mist that now travels with that penny for trillions of years into the future will continue to travel with that penny forever through momentum transfer.
Until it gets caught to something's gravity. Finally.
Okay, Boss Perkins. I had to break this theoretical discussion we're having, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So it sounds like most of 1, 2, and 3 are seeded, except for where the small seeder needs to go up.
Yep. Now you got to fertilize.
I got to fertilize. Okay, so I need to disconnect the seeder and cultivator I have, and move on to what?
You want to leave that seeder along the lengthwise area you found it at. Then there are 2 tractors that are already out there that are connected to the fertilizers. You can disconnect those and replace them with the faster tractors.
Or I can just use the tractor that's attached to them right now.
That's true. They aren't as fast, but I think the fertilizer things have a speed limit cap anyway.
All right, so the New Holland T6 is attached to what looks like a covered wagon, yes?
Yep. It says Breedle on the side. Yep.
All right. Good times. I'm in one of them now, getting started.
I mean, a lot of people don't talk about it, Drummer, but history is full of doomed people. Like, what you consider doomed people, a lot of other people consider settlers and homesteaders. Like, the people, Johnny Appleseed, man, that dude literally went out into the actual fucking wilds where there were no roads and was like, you know what? People in the future should be able to get drunk. And he spread a type of apple that's specific. You don't eat it. You use it to make apple cider. That's it. That's all he did. He planted millions of apple trees, which still exist to this day, whose only purpose is to get you drunk. Super drunk. Super duper drunk.
Yeah. That's why I like watching some of the YouTube channels that deal with what was life like in X century, you know, X years. Because sometimes you think about it, it's like, well, they must have lived so terribly, and then it's like, you read their books and what they were saying, they sound just like us. They're like, yeah, it was tough this year. We didn't have enough this and that, and it's like, okay, what did they do? And they just don't say they suffered. They just, well, next time I'll do better. I'll get that job. I'll go be a baker now. So it's like, we all have problems. It's just how we treat them.
I mean, but the people going to Mars are going to be joining a group of people who have existed all throughout history. When you want to conquer a new region of X, Y, and Z, you need to send a bunch of expendable people forward whose jobs are to knock down trees, to build roads, to plow fields. And let me be clear, back in the day, plowing a field was fucking horrifying, right? Maybe you had an ox or a cow or something, getting a tree stump out, you didn't have explosives to do that. You had to manually get into that bitch.
You
All right.
chop it up.
But if you want to get plantable land, you can't have trees all over the place. Your land needs to be relatively flat. Look at what a nightmare this game is with some rolling fucking hills around here. Like, you want straight, flat land. You want roads that wagons can actually go on, right? Even the American resettlement in an area of the earth which is relatively flat still ended up with wagon wheels breaking all the time because it just takes one rut to snap that bitch. Now, if there's natives, they probably don't take kindly to the fact that you're settling on their land, whether it's southern, Bosnia, or whether it's the eastern part of the Mississippi. The people who live there don't want you to be there. Now, for Mars, of course, we have a lot of tools, but yeah, maybe we don't have native problems, but we have much worse problems. Like, the environment literally can't support us, and we'll die instantly if there's a hole anywhere. It's a long, long road to a habitable Mars.
It's a couple generations before that's possible.
So a lot of people saying habitable Venus, but maybe we need to just fix the world we live on.
The reason they go with Venus is because there's a lot less energy needed and the gravity is more likely to work. But
the atmosphere is actual poison.
yes, but you can fix some of that with, I forget what it is. Because it's mostly sulfuric acid, right? Like
yeah.
Super high carbon. Yeah, so basically the idea is to trap that in some kind of calcium that is, or water.
Gonna need a lot of calcium.
Yes, but we do have, like, moons of Jupiter that are full of it.
Well, I ain't never seen no moon move, and listen, I've played a lot of games that involve crashing celestial bodies into each other, and it never ends well for anybody but the guy doing the crashing remotely.
I mean, we're still talking about multi-generation type of work, right?
Yeah, I ain't got time for that. Listen, man, I fear the chill touch of death every day. I want to live on past I don't want the universe to end. Fuck entropy. We need to fix that problem first. But yeah, I'm not going to see multi-generational problems. I'm going to see what's in my lifetime, which might be another 30, 40 years if I'm real lucky.
Well,
right?
I got bad news for you. There's nothing there.
There's plenty there. There's a lot we can do.
Yes, but not for you. Like, none of anything you will personally see.
I disagree with that. We're doing crazy shit with science, man. We're doing some incredible stuff. A lot of scary stuff, too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we are years away from having AI waifu alarm clocks to wake you up in the morning and then act as a virtual assistant throughout the day for you and keep people who are how should I say this without using the commonly deeply insulting but very correct term, socially impaired and lonely from becoming violent in their loneliness by providing a consistent virtual companion for them. I feel like I navigated that pretty well. Well, no one's standing up and cheering and telling me that I'm the next Albert Einstein, but I'll have to just deal with that. I don't think we're that far away from something like that. Japan is leading the field in this particular regard.
Yes, but they also have a giant problem with having a next generation.
Sure, but almost every first world country does right now.
True enough.
Most of the countries and cultures that don't have a next generational problem have a serious growth problem. They're running out of space and resources because it's not being utilized effectively. I mean, we're using shit tons of water on Almond in the middle of the day. I mean, we're using shit tons of water to make Las Vegas livable. The water's just not going to be there forever. All right, we're in a weird place now. I'm feeling really depressed thinking about the eventual death of the universe.
Well, Perkins, that is a why 5 billion problem. Let's let it be why 5 billion's problem.
Oh, what? I've never heard of this before. Explain this to me.
That's when the sun gets so large it encompasses our planet.
I mean, yeah, but even that's just like, I mean, 5 billion, that's a drop in the bucket compared to the trillions of years it'll take for all of the... Never mind, I don't want to go into this. So the thing is, when you explain these things, some people have who hear this stuff for the first time have panic attacks. So it's really dangerous to talk about it if people aren't prepared. So let's skip past that one. I'll save that for my new intros show. It's literally just intros. Oh, I wish I was joking about that one, but I am thinking of removing all intros and just having like one night a week where I invite people from my cast to come on and talk and we just shoot the shit for 4 hours. Maybe I'll call it Farming Simulator 19.
Well, by then
It
it'll
might
be
2022
right?
by that time. Yes, boss.
Well, yeah, like, how have your guys' week been? It's Sunday. It's the start of a new week. How was last week?
I can start if you want.
Take that deep sigh.
Wow.
Well, we had a project that was due to be...
Yeah, the demo, right?
Yes, the demo. Friday at 4:30, one of the people working the project committed a change, crashed the entire thing, and then the programmers had to come in and work on Friday and Saturday. Fun times. Besides that, like, it was fine. Like,
Did that involve the words live build?
that involves the word of they've asked the thing to be frozen and have some of the people being able to input into it limited, and the producers have not done that. So everybody's still allowed to do everything, which is why we're getting into this. There's a lot of bad business practices at my work, and by that I mean like just, like logical steps that you should take to make the things we're making. And they're not changing things because they always manage to weasel out last second on the back of some poor soul that's worked the entire weekend type shit. At one point, this will run out. It's going to be bad. But it needs to happen to move forward in that environment.
I mean, everything you're saying sounds like the kind of environment where they don't promote people because they're too valuable to promote. We'd have to get 3 people to replace that guy to do that amount of work.
Hey, John Bullion, do any got your way?
Nope, you're good.
That's why I like being out here on the farm with you guys. Because I can just promote you however much I want.
I like that. I was going to go with, you're so valuable, I don't want to promote you.
No. I try to give you guys regular promotions to let you know how much I feel like your efforts are worth to this company.
I thought we were family.
Exactly. We're a family-owned company. Perkins Farms.
Until I die of old age or neglect, none of you are going to have a promotion over me anyway, so the titles don't matter.
Well, Pondo finished editing the first episode of Ranch Simulator.
Yeah,
So I thought it went really well. And I finally got Pondo to edit something from me. And
Is he happy with the result?
you have to ask Pondo about that. I think so.
I mean, I'm sure he will answer Wafo to me.
No, just ask him. Ask him if he's happy with it. And I paid him, which is nice because sometimes you really have to chase people down. I only needed to remind him 3 times to invoice me, which is about half as many as I normally need to remind people.
So,
And we got another episode of Ranch Simulator starting tomorrow night because that's Monday.
So who's the other artist that you had to track down? Was that him?
Rob Shepard.
Oh, really?
He did the region map for Akas.
Mm-hmm.
That's Dawn Agreement.
Yes, the one in the Patreon only channel, right?
Yes.
You have?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice looking map.
That's good because I paid a nice looking amount of money for it. And I put a giant fuck off level of effort into getting it all together. But if you want to make your own D&D world, you got to put in the effort.
Oddly enough, I personally feel that it's easier to make a world than catch up on what the settings usually are.
I disagree with that entirely.
Battletech, thing, right? If I want to do a thing in BattleTech, I kind of need to know what's going on in it. The only way to actually do that.
Again, that's entirely dependent upon your audience. If your audience is 4 people who only care about what's happening in the Duchy of Endurian, it's going to be pretty easy to put that together. If your audience is everyone who likes BattleTech and it's hundreds of people, then yeah, you got to be a lot, and you want your show to work in the canon, yeah, you got to be a lot sharper. You make one mistake in like a home game, nobody gives a shit. You get like one guy who goes, well, actually, and then you go back to sleep. Well, actually, ER pulse lasers weren't available outside of Clan Coyote space. It was the X-Pulse that was developed in the Inner Sphere.
Okay, we'll change it. That's thankfully I haven't run into that with my guys. They just happy to play. But I do try to keep up with the lore because the cinematics for Alien RPG don't tell you when they happen directly, but you can infer some of it, and they have a really good timeline in the main book of everything that's happened in the what's officially listed as canon when the book came out.
Hey, John Bullion, I cannot tell where we have fertilized and not fertilized anymore from the
Use the map.
Screen. The map, I can't even tell. I hit escape and everything looks green.
No, switch over to the soil composition map. It'll be what looks dark blue and what looks light blue.
Okay, yeah, it's a couple things here and there, but it's mostly
What is the icon for that map?
it's the third one. Looks like it.
You got a little selector bar on the
Yeah,
right side.
I got world, I got bar graphs, I got tractor, I got money,
You can pick the
I
world
got
one.
cow.
So it should be the first one you come to when you first open it. And there's going to be filters on the right side that usually says fruit type. You pick growth or soil composition.
Got it.
Yep.
We're going to teach this man how to drive from the cab.
Yeah, okay. I think we're in pretty good shape. All right,
Yeah, there's a lot of holes on the right side, but they can be filled by, just walking over. Quick tap blast.
Yep, headed that way. Now I got it, Boss Perkins.
Well, I don't know. I gotta tell you, there's some animes that I want to watch now, but since I've already read the manga, it kind of feels like, why would I want to watch the anime? Like,
There's some like that.
Iruma-kun, I'm like, wow, this is actually really good anime. It even expands slightly on the manga, but like, I've already seen all this, so. Attack on Titan is back in January 2022, and that's gonna be fucking insane. I don't have any idea what's gonna happen in that show, man.
That thing went crazy.
Holy shit. I mean, what do you mean it went crazy? That's literally the entire purpose. Every season is like, oh my god, shocking revelation. This changes everything that I know.
Yeah, it's everything you know about the world, but they didn't do a whole lot of weird stuff up until now. They're like, yeah, yep, I can control all of us across the world.
No,
if I
dude.
want to. Like,
After
what?
the poop machine, everything changed. Nothing would ever be the same after that day.
It's like, oh, we're actually an island. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why you're allowed. Oh, no, it's a whole more of you. Okay. I think the first time me and my wife watched the new opening for that season, I'm just sitting there going, this is uncomfortable levels of Nazi.
I mean, I thought it was more like Vietnam War level shit, man.
Goose stepping soldiers and
Yeah, but it was like all
bombs.
colorful and shit and like bombs going off. It felt very
I noticed more
Vietnam.
colors as the season went on too, which I thought was a nice touch. As things kind of were becoming more clear of what's going on.
Hey, John Boyne, you got that last strip on the lower side?
Yep, I'm trying to.
All right, I will pull off.
Alright, I'm juicing time up to like 60 times. So I remember how to do that.
Okay, I'm done with fertilizer, Boss Perkins. Where else do you need me?
We're gonna need somebody to drive the truck here for the contract, and then I'll probably hop out of this vehicle and somebody can harvest for whatever the next contract ends up being.
Since my wife's done with her shower, I need to take a break, hang out with her. She wants to watch some My Hero.
That's a good idea. I'm going to take a quick break and I will be right back.
Sure.
She's gotten used to the idea that we'll wait 2 weeks to watch 2 episodes. That way she gets more than 5 minutes, it feels like sometimes.
Of what? 2 episodes of what?
Academia.
We've
read the manga too, but she really likes watching what little.
No, I only watch the anime. It's really good.
Where's our truck at to deliver? Is somebody?
He got in it. Salty got in it. It's not full yet either. I mean, we're just mostly done. But if Paul Kahn's going on break, I guess she can hop in his harvester when he's out.
Pull up at the moment.
Solaris Night Season 2 tomorrow. Gotta do all the big reveals over the next 2 weeks. And then I go on vacation. Just after everybody gets comfortable with what the new season will look like and all of their questions as to what happened in the time skip are answered. Is Seth Ghost Bear coming back?
Amen.
Sorry, Seth Fireman Girl? Who's gonna replace Kyle Morgan? Are any of the characters coming back?
I've got to actually pay attention to the next season more actively so I can play with the Founders Club thing. Somebody, it's twice people have PM me, what you doing about this? And I'm like, I have no idea, I have to have time.
Just do what I do. Like, it requires no planning whatsoever. Like, oh, I made a build. It's kind of dumb, but I like it.
I couldn't even get past that. I was just so distracted with everything else. I'm like, I started it, came up with like 4 or 5 beginning ideas, and I would just sit there and stare at Numac and just like, or not, Mega Mac. Just sit there and stare at it for a minute and be like, I don't know. Every time I turn around, I'm building either an aerospace fighter or a freaking lamb. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stop.
If you're gonna make a lamb, just make a lamb. Someone might actually use it.
Yeah, just make one. If it's in there and somebody can use it at one point, they will.
Or Galaxy Brain, get a group of partners together for the NPC choice, and get a land pilot or an aerospace pilot on the roster, and then you can buy them whatever you want, and they'll show up in the fights in it. Because at some point, someone from the stable's probably going to want to fight Vimy Diamond Shark, and he's a fighter pilot, so he's just going to clean up on him.
Boss Perkins, can
Yeah.
you slow down the thing? We got weeds.
Oh, sure. That was quick. I'll let you grab that a little bit.
That was what I was lining up for. We're about to the point where we just need to.
Yeah, I don't really feel like taking large swoopings. I'm just gonna continuously turn.
Consummate bees.
We're gonna be taking this to the restaurant. Look, Saya and Astrid were very popular characters for both audience submissions on the NPC department. Could even include old man Paul Kahn.
What a lamb.
Retirement days, yeah. Get that quad lamb back out of the closet again, or what's the illegal one? The champion 65-ton lamb that you can't actually build in Megamech. You have to use the illegal build quirk to make it. Make a clan lamb like I did when I made the puka.
The puka did well for me, as long as no one was shooting at me.
I mean, look, that's the thing about all pulse laser builds, right? Like, we didn't really talk about it, but pulse lasers make the light class a lot more challenging, because before, not necessarily on Solaris, especially on the battlefield, right? Light classes are very difficult to hit when they're moving at their full speed, but pulse laser makes it easy mode to just start putting holes in them. That's not necessarily a clan thing, because of course Inner Sphere get it eventually too, but yeah, it's bad. Like, pulse laser throws off the dynamics of light warfare into a much more scouting and rear attack than just dancing around people.
Yeah, I agree. That's why in Megamech I never actually keep my lights long if I can manage it. They're too fragile. They only need like a random shot to basically be totally blown up. Doesn't feel good.
Ooh, I thought for sure you were gonna clip me.
First person view.
Ah, that line is so clean. But now you gotta go back and get that last line.
No way.
Not anymore! Ooh, no! I accidentally took my header off. There we go. Alright, Salty Maker, pull forward a little bit more and he'll come get you after he picks up that junk. I'm on my way back home. Who says you can't go home?
To the restaurant with this soybean.
That's not a thing people say. What they say is, oh, I'm about to big spoon this. I need to go home to the gas tank and refuel this beast. What's that phrase Spoon said first, and it's the only person who ever said it?
Like chili poppers?
No.
Okay. We all done with unloading into the truck?
I'm
Yep.
good.
Off we
I'm
go.
empty.
All right, if I can figure out how to get off this field. Here
This
we
way.
go.
It's the south side. You're going the wrong way.
Huh?
You're going exactly
Getting
right.
there.
There you
I'm
go.
confused. I'm
Yeah.
going.
Just don't hurt yourself in your confusion.
The highly expensive harvesters will trailblaze.
The new Hololive gen is out for any shrimps here. Not really that interested in it. Oh, can I refill from right here? Yeah.
Oh, you were talking about what ifs last week. Have you
Yeah.
watched both the episodes?
Mm-hmm.
Meh. It's kind of my best.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's alright. It's not.
Number 2 definitely felt like they were going way too far. They were shrimping super hard.
Yep, absolutely.
I feel like it was actually kind of disrespectful, but
I mean, they were basically dunking on Star-Lord. That's what it was.
I mean, they were making his character to be like the coolest no, not oh well, I mean, I'm not talking about him though. I'm talking about Chadwick Boseman. They were trying to make his character be like the coolest, best dude. Everybody in the universe is friends with him. Even the villains are like, oh man, that guy, I really respect him. It's literally like watching somebody write a DMPC for the first time. Yeah.
Exactly where where I thought you would go.
Can't believe I'm faster than you.
This one tops out at 15.
Passing on the right.
I'm gonna stop because you go flip.
I'm not gonna flip. I know this is the one vehicle I know how to drive.
Well, no, you would have grounded.
I just burst past you. Deja vu. Oh man, did you see those moves? I went right past him. It was like he was stopped.
Similar.
I'm fucking.
Adjacent to.
I really, really want to play Gran Turismo 7 and be good at driving. And the thing is, I'm good at driving in real life. I just don't know if I'm still good at driving in video games anymore. Because, like in this game, I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to go full throttle everywhere. And eventually I get launched off of a cliff, right? In Gran Turismo, you can't afford to do that because any one mistake will literally end your career in the race. But I also want to drift. I want to drift so hard. I want to do tandem drifts. Oh, contract finish? Have you sold all of the, when you're done with that? Yeah, money. I do like cash.
Money, money, money.
Boss Perkins, where do you want this semi parked?
Same place we always park at, which is along the road. Doesn't really matter as long as it's not in the way.
Heading that way, boss.
Da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. What the heck happened to this thing? What did I do? And how do I fix it? There we go.
I was about to pass you and be like, it was like he was sitting still.
I was messing with the harvester head. I didn't realize you could actually do stuff with it.
Yep. I was watching some videos on the 22. They were talking about the harvester heads in the video where they're literally setting it to rise and lower with terrain automatically and out of your control. So when you put it down to run, it will raise and lower if you're on a hilly place, like it would in real life. But without your direct control. You game.
Dun, na, 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 na.
It sounds neat. I don't know what it means, but cool.
See, I can control this. That's the weird part.
You know what would be a good feature on the minimap? If you could choose any of the modes that you get and just see that instead of just the basic one.
Yes, that would be a good feature. I'm going to park the harvesters here because we're going to need to take them back out later. Is this a cedar? Where's the big cedar?
Get done.
I think it's on the blue tractor that is past the cement factory.
Alright, I'm going to move it so it's with the other equivalent equipment. I don't know if I'm going to be able to drag it in this thing. It's a narrow tire's ass. Tractor, are you in? There's yellow. Let's see here. Oh, I'm whipping around like crazy now. Is this a seed thing?
I took your instructions for parking vehicles to mean not accidentally.
That's fine.
You could drive off a cliff. So
It's fine. You did well enough. I'm just gonna refill it while I'm out here. Then I'm gonna get back to doing the weeding. I just got so much shit out here. Hard to know which one is the real one. One of these has to be the right one. Okay. Didn't work. Hopefully we're on an early enough stage of growth that this doesn't matter. Doesn't seem like I did anything bad. Oh, one power washer gonna end my whole career and my life.
okay, Boss Perkins, I am parked-ish.
Sure. I can't figure out how to refill this cedar.
You need to be very close, and this needs to be one that is next to it, not the tractor.
I know. I had the cedar literally brushed up against all of them. Oop. Well. I'll try to refill the little one. Sorry to be screwing around when we should be doing weeding, but I have to know. I had to know. What was the truth?
At 0% now.
All of them?
Field at least the field I'm standing in right now, boss.
Yeah, that's because Sean Bullion did the outside. Go use the filters on the menu.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
we're at 100% in the middle. All right.
99% of this field ain't weeded. And that's the bottom line.
I'm a little sad that I think the WWE has gone after a lot of the streamers on Twitch that were showing the old 90s wrestling.
I mean, that's their prerogative.
They can't
Entirely their IP and prerogative, yes, Boss Perkins.
I mean, they can't compete with their old stuff. That's the thing.
I mean, look, there's a lot to say about that situation, but the fact that the WWE requires you to sign away your rights to stream, and that when you're streaming, you have to do it in character, and that they get the proceeds for all that content, that's crazy to me.
But they ask their streamers to do kayfabe?
I mean, when someone like the New Day streams or Triple H or something,
right.
they have to do it in character. Like, they can't be like, hey, I'm the guy who plays Triple H streaming. They have to stream as those people.
You sure about
I'm very sure. 100%.
He was doing a lot of not his character.
It is in their contracts, as far as I know.
Boss Perkins, you're doing a great job of just pushing stuff around. Do I need to get like the loader?
No, you need to get a weeder. There's the herbicide tank. I'm glad you appreciate my pushing stuff around, but I'm trying to reload the seeder from the new seed tanks, and it's not working. So I'm trying to get whatever angle I need to get that seeder.
I can confirm that they do work because I did refill one earlier.
Yeah, well, the small seeder I just loaded. The problem is the big seeder. If we can't load it, there's no fucking point to having these tanks. I literally have it pushed into the tank. The tank is physically attached to the back of the seeder. I don't know what else you want from me. It just doesn't work with this particular one.
Okay. What does the weeder look like?
It's by the white truck. It's directly in front of the white truck.
Okay,
It's
so
like
I'm gonna
a...
grab the skinny tired blue tractor.
You don't need the skinny tired one. You can get the big yellow one.
Good luck. Now you're even confusing me even more, Boss Perkins. We got too many tractors.
The yellow one is yellow, and it's big, and it's fast.
Get you all worried about efficiency.
Yeah? That sounds like, man.
All right, I'm running, Boss Perkins. I'm running.
You can just hit tab to teleport.
It's not nearly as much fun, Boss Perkins.
Alright, well,
Cute.
that's your prerogative.
I have disconnected that. All right. Now I gotta look for the white truck.
Jesus, fuck.
Hey man, you're getting what you're paying for, Boss Perkin.
No, it's not you. I got stuck on the cedar, and every time I turned, the cedar turned with me, and now it's facing the wrong direction.
I'm headed towards you. Oh, there's that. All right. Big thing with the tank on the back, he says.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And which side has the... That side has the attachment on it. So turn around.
Should be pretty close.
Yeah, I screwed that up a little bit. It's okay. Oh, wait, you're watching. I didn't screw anything up, boss. You know, it was entirely the machine mismalfunction.
I literally just told you you're pretty close.
Hey. Q. Attached.
Okay, now if you need more stuff, I'm pretty sure the tank that this was against is a herbicide. So we have plenty of herbicide out here just hanging around everywhere. So you go at max speed, spread it all around, just go nuts with it. In the words of Kanye West, go ahead, go nuts, go ape shit. Look, man, Kanye used to make pretty okay music. It's just been a decade. Alright, I need to go buy 4 pallets of seed.
Can you, before you do that, can you fill the small one and unload it?
Yes, I can do that. However, the small one is so small, it provides way less than 1 pallet of seed.
Would it be
No.
faster or slower?
I think it's much slower, and it's also way less reasonable. The small one only holds about 360, and I need more like 10,000. So
Then might I recommend you bringing the seeder over there rather than trying to load the pallets?
all right, I guess.
Well, I mean, I don't know your skill level with the pallet things, but I'm terrible with them.
I'm okay with them, but I want to get better, and you only do that by practice. I feel like we had this conversation earlier, but sure. I will just bring the whole cedar over. I mean, just about any skill in general. You can do the theoreticals all day, but in the end, practical application is how you actually do something, so. That's why you can go to school to be the best rifleman in the world, but the first time you get shot at, you learn a whole lot more about yourself and how riflery works than a book can teach you. Gunshots are fucking scary, dude. They're much, much louder than television would have you believe.
I mean, I've shot guns.
Okay, well, then you also know that when people shoot guns around you, there's something about the air pressure that changes and shit like that. Bullets near you sound crazy as fuck. Well, I'm racing a train. Train's gonna win. That's okay, though.
Get behind it. Get in front of it.
No thanks.
Past you.
This equipment combo, I'd rather the train one. Well, this tractor needs to get refueled anyway, so might as well just bring her down. Let's see here. I like how Seed assumes that you're leasing it. How does one lease seed, I say to thee?
I thought we weren't getting political.
Oh, wow. Okay, Monsanto, get out of my group chat. Listen, man, I have restrained from talking about John Deere and right to repair, okay?
I thought we had these rules, right? I don't think I disagree with you, boss. I don't want to be reminded about these things.
I don't know they have that. I know Apple did, but I didn't know it was factory.
Oh, Jesus. Every farmer that ever watched this show is screaming at you right now. There's a dude who's going to find this series in like 2 years in the YouTube comments. It's going to be like, what's John Bullion's email address? I'll tell him what I think about right to repair. This motherfucker John Bullion. I'll tell you what I've been thinking about a lot lately is Eco. I've been dreaming about it like for months. I want to play it again. I want to do the farming and I want to do the cooking because the new cooking system is crazy. Everybody is randomly genetic predisposed to like different foods. What?
Is fishing good now?
I don't think so. I don't think it changed that much, but they're working on boats, so they're probably going to work on fishing. I think boats are either in the game or are going to be in the game soon. They changed it so that windmills have to be above ground and in the wind, and that water mills actually go in the water.
Wow.
And are powered by it. And that if you get a windmill that's in the river and has a waterfall falling on it, you get a double bonus. So, yeah. Remember when the very first Eco server where I built my sawmill over the water because I thought it would look better. The heck was that? Now it actually matters. Now if you build, you know, water mills over the water and the river pushes them. What the heck is happening? What the shit? This thing is driving so weird. Alright, that's a problem for another time. Anyway, I'm super excited about eco. Having people predisposed to like certain foods, right? Randomly, so that the whole server, you can't just force feed everybody one food type, right? Oh, and it's even if you like foods, you get tired of them after a while. That's really cool. So you have to vary up the food content every day. So you can't just grow one crop over and over again. I think that's pretty cool.
Because all we did was, what, wheat before?
Yeah.
I forget. It was...
Well, Spoon basically figured out what the most efficient skill crops were, right? To get maximum EXP bonus. And then only grew that. So we're literally only eating 2 foods to balance out our nutritional intake.
I don't know. I was doing my own thing.
I mean, Spoon and I were basically min-maxing. We were doing like until 6 a.m. from 10 p.m. So they also included a server lock, so you can say you can't be on the server for more than 6 hours a day. So I like a lot of the changes that they made.
Yeah, that's good, because that will...
So it's not that it boots you out the server. You can still RP and stuff, and you can still load and unload cargo. But you can't expend calories, which prevents you from doing a lot of the heavy lifting work. It's like 90% of the game. Alright, well, bringing the cedar down here probably wasn't a bad idea.
I forget. Do you burn calories when you're hunting?
You do when you shoot the bow.
Got it.
Or if you, like, run and stuff.
Ooh, an entire day of not running. That's terrible.
Well, if you can't refill your calories, right, and you can't burn calories, at some point you're going to hit zero food intake, and then you won't be able to even, like, walk at anything more than a snail's pace. So you'll literally be forced to just crawl places or drive a vehicle. I mean, we just don't need to spend 6 hours a day playing eco. I want to really do RP focused. I feel like we're doing a lot better about it on this game. When we started out, we were doing pretty well on it. And Ranch Simulator, we're doing great with it.
Well, it's also a game that's not super mechanically heavy, right?
That's total bullshit.
Like,
Why don't you take the engineering spot this time?
I mean, I don't think I'll play that much.
We just need to beat it in 30 days instead of 18 days. That's my new catchphrase. We tried to beat the game as fast as possible, and we did. And part of me died that day, and will never come back. We lost Keller. We lost him forever after Empyrean. The man could just no longer commit to...
Empyrean was rough.
I liked Empyrean. I think we had a lot of cool stuff that we were doing. I just hated that the devs of the mods we were using fucking hated us and literally shat all over us and wouldn't answer any questions. But if you were a big streamer, they would get on your Discord and provide live text service. That was incredibly insulting. It's the best way to kill a hobby I've ever seen. They wonder why no one fucking plays that game. Alright, let's take a look at these fertilizer trucks and the other tractors' fuels. Looks like we're doing good here. I guess I just need to move the other fertilizer truck over here. Well, you guys got anything planned for next week?
I got my sleigh game on Friday.
Your sleigh game?
Yeah, it's SLA Industries. It's kind of an edgy 80s, kind of like.
Is this your Fallout game?
No, it's the same group. We're just doing something else.
Oh, did Kane ever manage to get into one of those games? Is that?
No, I'm not. None of my things related to the people on the server.
Okay.
It's all like.
Kane managed to get into some of these groups. I just don't know who it is.
It was into Dunamis group.
Alright, okay. I want to see how they're doing.
I like the game system for Fallout though. It's very dynamic.
Can you enter gunslinger mode or whatever it's called? Vault-Tec mode? Yeah, VATS.
VATS is a thing you can use once per scene if you are a Vault Dweller and have a Pip-Boy. Yes, it is basically like aim-assisted shooting.
It's the best kind of shooting. Kind where you don't miss.
I mean, it is very potent as it gives you an automatic success. And just to give you an idea, like unless the person is actively dodging you, all you need to hit most anything in the game is one success. So
I am leading a game of backdoors and breaches that teaches about cybersecurity incidents and response tomorrow night. That should be a lot of fun.
Now, is this like a corporate event, or is this just like, you know, for like a group?
As part of a member of the Tappa Hackerspace, which is a non-profit makerspace in the area that I live in.
Oh, shit. Mr. White Hat out here.
You know,
No?
certified, keeping certifications, so, you know.
Would you not say that you're a white hat?
I'm definitely a white hat, yes, sir.
Okay, just making sure. I mean, look, you gotta respect.
And I'm also leading a zero trust architecture initiatives at my workplace, and had to actually travel last week and brief executives and line presidents. That was a fascinating experience for me. I would never want to go through an airport again at the moment, but unfortunately did too good of a job last week, so maybe in November I might have to travel again.
What's wrong? Look, here's how I've been told to do air travel nowadays, okay? You reserve a middle seat. No one wants to be next to the kind of person who likes middle seats. And so everyone avoids that aisle unless the flight is totally full.
All the flights were totally full.
That is incredibly irresponsible.
Well, I'm going to say is, I don't know, I want to get political. Double mask. Don't touch anything. Move away from people as much as you can. Point to signs. Don't talk.
I was gonna say, everything you're saying except the double masking is what I do normally. That's pre-COVID. Man, I'm never gonna stop doing this joke because it's not really a joke, it's actual fucking truth. Alright, everything here, all this equipment's pretty good, and we're good to go for the next harvest. Paul Khan appears to be contemplating suicide. Where is the yellow truck?
He said he was spending time with his spouse.
Yeah, he left
suicide. Let's be very clear about things, sir.
He left his character at the very edge of the cliff looking out. He literally looks like he's planning to jump off the side of the fucking... Alright.
He's just enjoying the beautiful view that you provided here at Perkins Farms.
I mean, I didn't provide this view. Nature and the Lord Jesus Christ provided this view. Okay. Oh, I never actually finished this contract. Alright, let's see here. New contracts. Field 7. We like Field 7, right?
I do believe so, yes.
Yes, and it is soybeans. I'm gonna go ahead and accept that and head on over there.
Is there a way to have the map up while you are actually driving the vehicle? So that you can see what is weeded and what is not weeded?
No, you have to go on cruise control and then flip through the escape menu.
Back and forth, yeah.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about earlier, was that people want to have the mini-map flip through those different ones. But the mini-map is different than the actual map, because like the actual map will recognize when we've extended out the farm and such, but the mini-map is hard-coded in Farming Simulator 19. Now, there's a little lifeguard shack down there on the beach. I never even seen that. Interesting. Taking this to the port grain elevator. That's actually pretty close, right? Oh, this is gonna be a good contract.
I mean, other than that, with the other job, which is the 0.5 job, got signs delivered out to California for a couple small businesses that I really do like. They arrived in one piece. Super thrilled. Super happy.
Yeah, shipping is definitely different nowadays. Lumber prices finally on their way back down, though.
Oh, actually, I make things out of reclaimed wine barrel heads, so...
Wow, what's that, like oak or cork or something?
It's oak. It's all oak, but basically it's you need to deconstruct the barrel head because all that stuff was not put together with glue, and then actually glue it back together if you want to make something else with it, like a sign or something.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of hand tool work and customizing. So
makes me want to go crack open one of my beers real quick. Talking about wine.
All right, so where is the fertilizer? Oh, sorry, where is the herbicide?
I think it's the first of the 4 tanks, but just drive by them until it says refill. Oh, there should be tanks like near the shack they're like plastic squares. So those are things we've already bought and we need to get rid of.
Working on Boss Perkins.
Yep. I'm sure. I'm just here to boss people around and stuff. Provide
exactly what a lot of industrial wineries used to put, small industrial wineries used to put wine in.
Massey Ferguson Free Flow 25. Is that the header again? How is this thing always breaking?
It goes a lot.
Jesus.
I would say we are kind of harvesting a lot of stuff.
Oh, both of those have been knocked over.
Yeah, but if you drive next to it, it should just press R and it should load.
Does it prompt me to press R, or should it just...
Yeah, it'll say fill. It'll say fill on the right-hand side, so... If it's not working, pull up to the tanks one by one, and when you get to the right one, it'll say press R to fill. Something like that. It'll just change the menu in the upper left-hand corner if you've got that open.
Oh, I figured it out.
All right. This is good. I might eat this instead of drinking alcohol. Acai berry 8th Avenue with granola and banana. Man, fruit is crazy. How did fruit end up being so good?
It's packed full of sugar and lovely.
I mean, not this fruit. This is all natural fruit. I just mean fruit in general. Like
it's literally still packed full of fructose. It's a sugar.
All right. I'll buy that.
I mean, they make hard cider out of something. Eats it.
We were just talking about Johnny Appleseed earlier.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we as humans, and by we I mean not me, because I don't breed plants, but you know, we did a lot of work. I mean, we basically invented lemons. We got oranges now that are beautiful and awesome, and orange juice that's horrifying. You don't know about that? Do you know about the zombie orange juice?
Nope.
Would you like me to ruin orange juice for you forever, or would you rather live a
There's some in the fridge, actually. I'm willing to accept the confusion in my own life, sir.
Yeah, I wish I didn't know. You will too if I alter the words, which I won't. I won't. But those people who know about zombie orange juice, they know, man. And once you have that knowledge, you can never go back. It's like the Matrix or calculus.
Calculus.
I saw this horrifying math problem the other day that like the dx was in the wrong place, and I was like, this is not like this equation that you think is so fucking smart. Like, the person was very proud of it, and I was like, this doesn't work. Like, you can't integrate this shit. Like, the dx is in the fucking constant of integration. It's wrong. The whatever the dx is called, the integrand. No, that's not right. Where it's just the whole thing was fucking garbage, and they were so proud of it, and it hurt me deeply because it's clear the person put a lot of effort into making it and felt like it was really super smart, but it was horrifying to gaze upon. Well, I mean, you meet a lot of people like that, right? I probably acted like that, probably much worse, until I chilled the fuck out at some point. People used to call me the prejudger, saying that I judge things before I knew it. I was like, how's that possible? You can only judge things with the knowledge that you currently have. Prejudgment doesn't exist. What am I, a psychic? My Minority Report? Ooh, is this field round?
I didn't know about this zombie orange juice. That's pretty cool.
You looked it up?
Yeah.
Well,
Please, again,
don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't ruin it for me.
No,
I've asked
that's
kindly.
You can never go back now, Sun Spirit.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I was already not drinking it.
Out of curiosity, am I supposed to see a color change in the field as to what's been fertilized and what's been weeded and what's been not?
It's kind of difficult to see with the first stage weeds, but if you're herbiciding them, they'll turn gray and lifeless. And if you actually like physically weed them out, the tiny little flowers of the weeds will disappear.
Maybe it's not visible on my monitor.
It's the kind of thing you can only see after you go past it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should definitely be able to see it, but I can't say about your monitor quality, so.
Yeah, well, it's whatever's on the remember, the 4K monitor on a 15-inch laptop. We'll call it high quality, sir.
Well, you're using a lot of pixels there, you know.
Oh, John Bullion, where you going, bro?
This part is already done. I'm just doubling back.
I'm gonna kick time up again. Yeah, you guys got some holes to fill in, but the herbicider should be able to take care of them quick. Just quick little spritzes. Damn, man, frozen berries are actually really good. I don't know why I don't do this more often.
I am glad you are learning the wisdom of my grandparents.
I mean, look, I cook a lot. The thing is, lately I've been eating a lot of meat. It's not as bad as when COVID started and I was like, oh no, meat prices everywhere are rising. Meat availability is lowering. They had to kill all the COVID chickens. Oh my god, I have to just eat all the meat. You know, it's like when people hear that guns are being taken or whatever. It never actually happens, but suddenly ammo prices go up and people buy tons of ammo. It's like that, but with meat.
Or toilet paper. Also a good example.
I mean, you remember the toilet paper pandemic?
Yep, that's why.
Toilet paper sales are pretty stable right now. I remember at the beginning of it buying like club soda and like fresh water, like mineral water. My mom needs it for some like medicine thing. She needs like, you know, pure water or something, distilled water, not what you can get out of the tap.
Oh, we're at stage.
Oh, did we get
now.
another stage of growth? Because
Yeah.
I'm now making a hole in this field.
Yeah, this is.
Okay, I'm
in
coming
another
back.
field.
How is this happening so much faster than normal? Okay,
Also
well,
do not have slim tires on this one.
we'll go get this. There are 2 slim tires, so.
Yeah, but that's not it. Like I am in the middle of the field and I need to drive on.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have to accept that I made a mistake here on the time. That's all there is to it. Just go full speed. Make it happen. Take the shortest route possible.
I'm stuck on the tracks.
Let's get the slim tires and let the herbicider finish it up. Yep, that's my fault entirely. I apologize, guys. Nothing we can do about it now. I will need someone to bring the other harvester and or the truck out here while someone uses a thin tires tractor to finish up the weeding. Well, I guess it's happened twice now.
All right, off the tracks. All right, before I got hit.
Hey, nice work. Reminds me when I tried to play Hunter Call of the Wild. And all the YouTube videos are dudes at like endgame where your character is like super stealthy and animals will basically walk right up to you no matter what your personal level of skill is. And they're like, yeah, if you want to level up quickly, just shoot at everything and bring back as much as you can, and then you actually play the game from the beginning. And it's so fucking hard to do anything. You needed to literally sit out in the field for an actual real-time hour to let animals get close to you and then shoot one of them. And that would be it. And I was like, I'm tired of playing this game. I don't want to spend 1 hour to kill one animal when I know at the end of the game you literally just kill like 5 animals in 10 seconds.
I mean, I will just suggest a game that you might enjoy. You might
Yeah.
be better off to wait for the winter to play it.
That's weird, but okay.
Dark.
Okay, I already own it.
Yeah, it is a great survival game. It is also.
Yeah, but it's set in Canada.
Okay.
I knew I'd get you with that one. No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't know. It never seemed like my thing, right? You're a survivor of like a plane crash or something, and you need to survive through the winter until someone can come rescue you. Isn't that the premise?
Don't play the campaign. The campaign.
What?
Is what you're saying, but that's not what you want to play. You want to play freestyle, and there is no surviving. You will die at one point. Like it's about
Nothing you're saying
how
is
long-
good though. That sounds terrible.
No, the game is actually super legitly interesting because it's all about the decision making. Like some people have lived in that game world for more than a year. Like I can barely do a week. You said the field 7, right?
Yep.
Alright.
So is Mr. Salty Maker gonna herbicide on the thin tires? Tires.
That is, I will work on that, boss.
Sure, sure.
All right, so thin tires. So I need to tab around until I find a thin-tired tractor, which one of our tractors? Is it the blue one with the thin tires?
Yep, blue has the thin tires. Don't we have a red one with thin tires as well? Don't know. Definitely not the yellow one,
Got
though.
rid of one of them. Oh, did we?
Did we? I don't think so.
All right, I'm in the... Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What are we doing here? Yeah, we don't need to accidentally go backwards off the cliff. I mean, Boss Perkins, everything's fine. Everything's
Yeah,
fine.
the one you have is slim tires.
So do I need to get the... where is the smaller of the weeders?
You need the herbicider. The
The same
herbicider.
thing that you had before.
Yeah,
It's
just put the
exactly
herby tank in it.
That thing's gigantic, dude.
Yeah, but that's.
Yeah, but it doesn't affect the plants.
All right.
Yeah,
Yep.
the other one is a mechanical that scrapes the ground. At this point, that would ruin our.
Yeah, and it's not as fast.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
boss.
fine.
Working on it, boss. Shaking that tree, boss.
I swear I'm not crazy. This is how it works.
Okay, moving the big yellow tractor out of the way. Boop.
I swear I'm not crazy is one of those lines that when I hear somebody say them, I automatically assume they're crazy. It's like when someone says, "Why don't you trust me?" I immediately don't trust them.
Or let's be honest here. It's a classic one. Wouldn't you tell
Oh,
the truth?
man.
It means you've been lying to me the whole time.
It's like saying we're family here. Just take giveaways.
What? We're not
I think-
family?
I think some people get upset
My point of illusion. My illusion, sir.
making your immersion.
Yeah.
I think some people get upset when you say, "Let's circle back on something." And I've never really understood that because I like that phrase a lot.
I think it's because they find it dismissive of their idea and that they need to talk about it now. Otherwise, it's going to be shelved and never talked to people about again. That's usually a thing that middle management does.
Yeah, but I'm like perpetual middle management.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
90% of the human race is middleman. Doesn't appreciate being cut out.
I don't think you're accurate on those numbers.
It's a quote from Firefly.
I watched that show. Don't remember any of that.
Don't worry, it's real. It's in there.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's actually super interesting. I was watching GTA RP, and they have this new mission where instead of selling blocks of meth on the street and doing like small distribution, you can take all of your meth and turn it into a super block of meth, like the kind that you could only transport in the trunk of a car. And then you have to trigger a run to the airport, and when you do, the cop players all get an alert about your vehicle to try to stop you, and they don't know where you're going, but they know that you're doing something, so you have to sneak your car like to the airport. The cops don't know yet, like they haven't figured out what that alert means. They just know that the alert means stop the car, so they don't go to the airport to stop you. Anyway, so these guys, they sell all the meth, right? They do the big meth run. It takes them like 2 hours, and they're basically they're like 4 grown men crying because they're constantly, the cops are stopping them all the time. They have to keep talking themselves out of tickets, and if the cops check the trunk, they're gonna get found with $1 million worth of meth, which is enough for them to get, like, their characters will be banned off the server. Like, the players, nothing bad will happen to them, but their characters are gonna get the 9s, which is when they have to go to prison for 9,999 minutes. So it's basically a life sentence. Anyway, they load it all up and they get half as much money as usual. And everybody's like, yeah, distribution, man. You can't cut out the middleman. You gotta distribute it on the street to get most of the money. So everyone's trying to figure out what's the point of this bulk mission, since it's a lot riskier, it costs more to do, and you get half as much money as normal. And that's my story about middlemen. It's never cut them out. You got to get the distributor cut on your drugs. No, that's not what I was going to say. Also, I just like GTA RP. They do some really good stuff.
Channel, or
Do what?
are they a specific channel, or are you just talking?
No. So it's like big streamers. Like Sykuno was doing it for a really long time. Lang Buddha or Tony Z. Rated's Epic. There's a guy called Burn who does one-shot characters. So he plays like a character for one day before intentionally having them killed, but it's always really interesting. So he played Sasuke from Naruto. Recently he did a version of Vsauce who would like commit crimes and then explain to the cops like, yes, this was a crime and this is what I should be charged. He's like, Vsauce, Burn here. Yes, I did commit this crime, but here's how I'm going to get out of it. Well, the cops are trying to ticket me. I'm going to get up calmly and walk out. And one of the cops is like, we can hear you saying that, sir. Like, we know what you're doing. He would just explain everything he's doing. And he kept doing it until the cops literally bludgeoned him to death. It was pretty good.
That does sound good.
What other characters did he play? Yesterday, Burn made a character using the Disney early 2000s audience pack. So like whenever someone would walk into a room and you'd hear people like clap or be like ha 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 ha, like that stuff. And he went around pretending that he was in a Disney show, and then occasionally he'd be like, all right, we're on break, let me take a smoke, all right, all of you are motherfuckers. And then he'd be like, all right, we're coming back. And he just played the soundboard to people around him. And other people got involved in it and pretended like they were in the Disney show too. It's wild. People on that server do some incredible stuff. I mean, it's what made me want to do more RP servers. I feel like we can do it. You know, not that we're doing an RP server right now, because you and I, the three of us, we're all real farmers who are really farming, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of which, given what time it is, we may see Spoon in the next 20 minutes, but I don't know, because he's been busy all week this week. Tomorrow will be the first time I've seen him in like 2 weeks.
I think he's better off not showing up.
Well, that's a solid meme, Yeah. I don't agree with it, but...
I mean, just gonna point out, he was doing so good, and then he showed up and forgot to unload the hopper 4 times. Love you, Spoon.
He's never gonna know. Oh, oops. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Just checking my phone, and you know what? I'm not gonna apologize, because I actually need to check it again. Someone sent me a Discord message with a ping. So it's either someone who's about to send me some anime waifu boobs, or it's important. Look, man, it happens way more often than I'd like. Some people think that I'm the Prince of Booba or something, I don't know.
They saw your Nero collection and they were like, I can top that.
I don't have the Nero collection anymore, though. And you know what? I just checked today. I guess... Look, so I don't use this part of Windows very much. It's called, like, OneDrive. We're all on the same page here, right? Everyone knows what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So apparently it made a copy of every image I've ever had in my pictures folder. And today I was like, all right, so what's OneDrive? And then I went in and I was like, wow, this OneDrive literally has, like, hundreds of thousands. It's literally got like 10,000 pictures on it, and I was like, I need to just fucking wipe this. I feel like I've already done this before when I deleted all these pictures the first time. Why is OneDrive bringing them back from the dead?
I have no idea.
So I did it a second time. Hopefully they're gone forever now. And hopefully they weren't taking up hard drive space. You know, I didn't check to see if I have more space available now.
OneDrive is not on your computer. It's on a cloud.
Oh, great. It's in the cloud. Or as it's known, someone else's computer.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's way more secure.
Yeah. You know, you want all your stuff to be on there.
Hey, boss Perkins, back to the game. Can you check field for weeding? I got a couple small, tiny spots. I don't know if I need to go after them or not.
Some of those spots around the number 1, you can't get. Like, they're literally impossible.
Right.
I say you're done, more or less.
All right.
Oh, wow. I can see on the map where the tires are. Why? Whoever was on the right-hand side, why did you cut all the way across the field instead of going for the closest available edge?
Because there was already...
oh, my God.
Or if it was me, I got hung up on the tracks and had to like just find a way off the tracks and out.
No, that's fine. That's fine. If you look on the... If you go to the map filters and turn it on growth, you can see that John Bullion went lengthwise rather than for the map edge.
Team effort. Someone turned up the rate of growth before we were done.
Yeah, I'm not totally blaming all of you. I'm actually turning the rate of growth back up right now. I'm just saying there were more efficient ways to accomplish that.
Yeah, it was misjudging the length of that field.
That's fine. We all have a lot to learn, mostly me.
Oh yeah, one thing that happened to me this week, because I'm hearing at work that there's an opening that's gonna come up for concept artists, which, like, let's face it, is much better than doing QA.
Sure.
So I'm going to check on my photo bucket where I had all my things saved up. Apparently they changed the way they did things, and now if I want to have access to my drive, I would need to pay them for it. So I was just like, guess I'm gonna have to rescan everything now. Because they're not getting a dime. Literally, I would rather them having deleted them than just having them there and be like, hey, if you pay like $6.99 US, like, you can get your stuff back. It's like, yeah, no, thank you for your ransomware. I'm gonna go elsewhere.
Life as an artist is difficult, my friend. Everyone trying to make a buck.
This other tank is not herbicide. It's not letting me refill with it.
One of those should be herbicide.
Yeah, I think I used the one that was herbicide.
Okay. I mean, good.
So I'm at 43% herbicide left in this. I will go park it then, Boss Perkins.
So wait, can you refill from the placeable refillable ones or not?
I refilled from one of them.
Okay, good. That's all you need.
Neither of the other 2 or 3 that are out here allow me to hit the refill button.
Yeah, that's because they're cedars and...
All right. Well, that's good.
They're for different kinds. Only one of them is for herbicide.
All right. Herbicider.
Is it totally refilled?
No, it is at 43%.
Okay.
I don't see any. I guess there are other ones over here. There are some other ones by the opening to what looks like the factory. By the transport hub.
Yeah, some of those are herbicide and some of those are lime.
Okay, I will back up and see if any of those are herbicide that I can fill up with.
Okay,
Unless you have something more important that you'd like me to do, Boss Perkins.
Not yet, not yet. I mean, if those don't work, then take them over to the 4 refillable tanks and refill from one of the big ones. The placeables or whatever. Alright, now I gotta open D&D Beyond because Pondo the Mad wants to do some crazy stuff. What is the Beastmaster? Game rules,
I thought
Ranger.
originally it was like one of the worst Ranger builds you could put out, but that was
Yeah,
just
but
my
Pondo
judgment.
wants to do it. Oh, it's nighttime. Oh,
Oh.
did the field just grow?
I don't know.
I feel like it definitely grew. Should be pretty close to being harvested if it's that color.
It says growing. 100% fertilized, 0 weed. Fertilized
Well,
95,
0 weed is
96,
good.
100. Okay, so how do... Okay, so I jump in the vehicle. Boop. How do I bring down the vehicle menu again?
It's one of the F buttons, right?
Or could be F.
F is put it turn on the lights, right?
Oh, you're right.
I said the F buttons, like F1.
Alright, sorry.
Yep, it's F1.
F1, okay, thank you, sir. Alright, so that one does not appear that I can refill from. Okay, so 2 things that are over here by the road do not look like I can refill from them. But the other small ones that are over here. Doesn't look like I can refill from any of these.
Okay. So, you know where the placeable refill tanks are? The new big white containers?
Well, I see a lot of big white containers, sir.
No, the really big one, the silos. They're... Okay. They're new. We just got them at the end of last week.
Alright, okay, yes, I see them, yes.
Yep. So one of the 4 of those is herbicide. I think it's the first one. And if you pull next to it, you should be able to pull herbicide out directly, and it'll discharge us.
I mean, do you want to do that now, or you want to do that when we need to fertilize next?
Yeah, do it now.
Alright. And this is all about money management, boss man.
I like to be prepared to endeavor ourselves into the next. When you need it, you grab it and go. That's what I believe. That's how Dad did it. That's how America does it. Worked out so far.
That's how America does it. That's why we have supply chain problems.
Ridiculous.
Oh, sorry, getting political again. My bad. My bad.
But Andrew, you're wrong. If there's one country that doesn't have supply chain problems, it's America. Well, we just lost a bunch of money at midnight. Or whenever it is. About to big spoon this hopper right here. I thought I could get away with 65% full, but gosh darn. It's too hot. Hot damn. Call the police and the fireman. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. After living your life at 5 miles an hour, 20 feels like a godsend.
Alright, I'm pulling up to each one of these of the larger tanks on stands. None of them look like they've got herbicide in them.
I think the first one closest to the shed should be it, but
That's the last one I'm trying. I don't see turn on sprayer, lower sprayer.
should just be fill.
Yeah, there's no fill option. Oh, there we are. They just showed up. There we go. Okay, we're all topped off. All right, herbicide refill. What's next, boss?
You want to use this harvester?
I mean, I can. Gonna hop out.
Let me reduce time. Looks like
Holy cow! Looks like everything
Yep.
just went to right
Yep.
harvest in our field too.
Yep. We need to wrap up here.
So I hop in the other harvester or the other harvester over there?
We already got 2 harvesters over here. Here's the thing.
Alright.
You can take a short break if you need to, or I'm not really sure what else.
Short break. I believe I got time to clean, boss. If I got time to lean. Yes, short break.
Catch yourself a drink. Or catch yourself a ride. Catch a ride. That was a great game. Oops. I meant to hit Alt Tab, and instead I only hit regular tab.
Not sure what that does in the game.
Switches the vehicle. So I had to go through every vehicle we had until I got back to this one.
And you need to reopen all the lights.
Yep. And lower the harvester again. Oh boy, I don't know, you know? I'm having a lot of trouble getting the whole header out here.
Hello, hello.
Who's that?
Big Spoon.
10:18 on the dot. What did I tell you? 20 minutes. Holy shit. I'm just too good at this game.
It's a different reason this time, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Okay. Yeah.
I
It's all right.
got back from driving home from Kansas City.
Driving down to Georgia.
Not quite that far. Just Kansas.
Fire in my run, boy, run. No, not that. Okay. Spoon, it feels like it's been forever since I talked to you. It's like been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We haven't done any carrier command, no Solaris Knights. I have to kill your character tomorrow during the open.
Yep. Gotta stay true to the story, I guess.
Double Gauss rifle headshot just to secure the kill.
Did you see that Eric Vulgaris tweet about the poll that he made about how do you pronounce it Gauss or Gauss?
No, I didn't see that. Where the fuck is that?
It's on Twitter.
Oh, God.
I replied to him, actually, Eric, it's pronounced, you get headshot in the first round.
Oh, no. To Eric Vulgaris, the man who famously got headshot in the first round? Oh,
That's how you pronounce Gauss.
Jesus. That's mean, man. That's mean.
That or Orion. Gone.
So mean.
First round, too. None of that firepower ever made it to the field.
I mean, now he does it to other people. Not Gauss rifle, but he crushes people in Endosteel. Ah, we didn't get to do Endosteel this week either, but we'll be back next week. We'll get one episode of Endosteel before I go on vacation. And one full round of Solaris Knights before I go on vacation. It feels like a tease. That's just how the cards fall. We're kicking Dawn Agreement off. Pondo wants to play a Beastmaster named Chris Kratt.
Alright,
I just watch that show all the time.
let me guess. He's gonna be a Beastmaster with a raccoon.
No, he wanted a Velociraptor.
Okay. That also tracks.
It's not happening.
Just give him a koala or something and call it Blue.
Give him a sentient tree. I am Groot. I took a semester of Groot in college.
Ever since they embraced Thor's being goofy, it's been the best.
I love women, sometimes a little too much.
I wanted to be one when I was younger. I found out it was all women, which is great. It's about time.
It's amazing because it all happened before he was born, which was over 1,000 years ago. It's about time. There's some really nonsensical dialogue and plot lines in the MCU. We still haven't explained how Loki was able to lift a building up in the Loki show. Man, classic Loki, though.
Yeah.
I want to give odds that he's still alive. I mean, there's no way he's not still alive. His literal entire storyline was I pretended to be dead.
And I was really good at it.
The only reason I got caught was because I stopped pretending.
He was so good in that part too, so would be cool if they brought it back, but I'm personally not thinking that's gonna happen.
I mean, it's the multiverse now. We have no idea what's going to happen.
I mean, we have some idea what's going to happen. Like,
Sure, there's going to be a conqueror. His name's Kang.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I personally don't know that Kang's gonna be that influential. I think it's just a plot device to sparkle.
I guess. That would be like being like, I guess Thanos won't be very important to the story.
I mean, Kang in the comic books is basically a nobody. Not a nobody, but you know, one of those 1970s.
We literally made Guardians of the Galaxy one of the best-selling franchises in history. Like, we can do better than the comic books. It's not that hard. We made a Spider-Man movie where we didn't watch Uncle Ben die. It was a huge leap forward in Spider-Man technology.
We made 3 Spider-Man movies where we didn't have to watch Uncle Ben die.
That's almost as many Spider-Man movies as has ever been made.
Yeah. All right, boss. What are we doing here?
Well, the harvesters are running right now, finishing up contract work before they have to head back and do the field. So I don't know that there's a lot to do. I kind of got everything set up for the post harvest. All the tanks are filled, more or less.
Actually, Spoon, if you wanted, I could take a little break here.
Yep, there you go.
Some water, and
Sure.
you could continue on this field right here.
Sure.
Just talk about your week.
Yeah.
How you been, Spoon? Ain't seen you in like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Sure. I mean, it's been since Thursday.
Ever since you bailed on Rogue Trader, yeah. Since Thursday. What did we do Thursday?
Well, I mean, that's just when I started traveling.
Oh. Yeah, but I mean, I haven't had a show with you
Yeah, that's true.
in like
That's
2
true.
weeks. Would you just walk in the door or something?
What's that?
I said, did you just walk in the door?
Oh, like an hour ago.
You're like the idea that, you know, you're on this long journey, like the end of Lord of the Rings, and then you sit down and you immediately get on the computer to do some farming, some virtual farming.
Yeah, so I went down to Kansas City
Yeah.
to see an old high school buddy of mine.
See a supervillain now?
No,
Okay.
it's not.
That's sometimes how these
Well,
stories
I mean-
end. No, continue. Don't let me interrupt you with my nonsense.
So I mean, you know, due to the pandemic, it's been about 3 years since we've hung out.
It's been 3 years.
So
No, keep going.
any supervillain plans were kept hidden from me, but the Planet Comic Con, the Kansas City Comic Con was in town, so we spent half a day down there avoiding people.
How did that work out for you?
Pretty good. It was pretty fun. There was a demonstration by a sword school.
Yeah. Wolf or bear?
Probably wolf because they were longsword, like Hema martial arts.
I like that you just leaned into that joke, no question.
Yeah, man, for sure. But they definitely weren't cat school.
Oh, look at this motherfucker talking shit about cat school. Jesus. Man's about to get assassinated in the middle of the night. Alright, 430,000 plus 90,000 is 520,000. Interesting. It's 45 feet in meters. It's going to be something less than 15. Closer to like 13, I would think. What are our current headers? 25 feet? So it's almost twice as wide. It's a pretty big investment. Well, did you get any merch at Kansas City Comic Con? I think he's eating, audience. Log at home.
Who's eating?
Spoon, I think.
What's up?
I was asking if you got any merch while you were at Kansas City Comic-Con.
Oh, not really. I didn't see anything that I was like, gotta have it. There was a ton of art though. And,
That's pretty normal, though, my understanding. I've never actually been to a non-professional convention, so. But I understand that the artist alley is always packed full of people desperate to get rid of their wares for a reasonable price.
yeah.
And that
There
it's
was
usually
actually one-
strategically located at some place you have to pass through.
So there was one artist who had watercolors that were really good, and I like it took me a few minutes to like, talk myself out of buying some of their stuff. It was that good.
I was just paying artists today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I had to put a gun to their head and force them to take the money. Makes me feel like a mafioso.
Classic Arthur Perkins. Yeah.
I know. Take the fucking money. I only had to ask Pondo 3 times to give me an invoice for payment for Ranch Simulator Episode 1 editing.
Yeah. That little test piece that he did on the side, I just watched that.
So he's doing that to apply for Niji Sanji, which is an English VTuber group. He wants to join their editing corps, and I really hope he gets it, but a lot of people are going to be applying.
It looked pretty good to me. Like, I don't know.
Sure, for Niji Sanji, I'm sure it was great, okay? I mean, look.
I mean, I know nothing about that whole universe.
It's okay. All you need to know is that Silver Veil is the best, and anyone who says otherwise is terrible and has no taste.
Okay. Understood.
The VTuber universe. Listen, if Dragon of Atlantis and Lawson were here, they'd be fighting me to the death over that statement, just to be clear.
Yeah, I know.
People have their favorite shrimps. The English, so the company that started the English VTubing pretty big, HoloLive, released their Generation 2 VTubers today, and people are losing their mind. I'm not really that excited about any of them.
Yeah. And to be clear, Generation 2 means like, hey, this is the next group of...
Yeah, they launch it, so they do generations, so they launch like between like 2 to 5 people at a time in VTubing companies, and they're called generations. So they all like, they work together and they make songs together. They're supposed to have a theme as well.
Right.
So like their theme is like,
it's based off of like K-pop, right? Like K-pop, J-pop.
I don't know that much about K-pop.
Idol, that whole like idol universe, right?
It's definitely based off of Idol, but like Generation 1 HoloLive was called Myth, and they were all, oh, there's Lawson in the chat. They were all like mythological beings, like a super shark and like a priestess of a elder tentacle being, that sort of thing. One of them is like a time-traveling Sherlock Holmes who's American instead of... I don't really understand her background because I fucking hate her. Let me be really clear here that Amelia Watson is a fucking bully. Like, there aren't a lot of VTubers I dislike, but after watching her play chess with somebody, and they were like, can you teach me how to play? What does the knight piece do? And she was just like, well, I won, and I just won again. Like that. It was enraging. It was watching somebody bully one of their friends for entertainment. Anyway, so that's why I dislike Amelia Watson. I'm narrowing my eyes in case you can't hear me doing it with my voice. The new generation of HoloLive is like, we're gods, basically. Space, time, nature, civilization, and chaos. And I don't know, like, the first generation V Shoujo, they're the first primarily English company. They got a bunch of already established personalities together. So it's people who are already VTubers, which is not how the other companies do things. The other companies will take someone who's skilled and then like rebrand them and provide them with a new identity and that sort of thing. V Shoujo is like, hey, just join our brand. Or just play games together and, you know, like do cool shit. Hololive and like Niji Sanji are way more controlling. They tell you what you can and can't play. You like can't talk about a whole bunch of topics. Your level of viewer interaction is severely limited, that sort of thing. Anyway, I don't know. The first generation of Hololive were incredibly talented, and
So
I don't have enough room in my heart right now for a second generation.
So let me ask you this: when they launch a new generation, does the old generation stop making stuff?
Nope. They're still going strong. In fact, they're not only as, I think Hololive EN, the English version, Gen 1, not only broke like a shit ton of records for like top VTuber ever, but like some of them were making serious headway into becoming top female streamer, period, end of story.
Gotcha, okay.
Like I think Gura was up there challenging Valkyrie for 2020 supremacy.
Yeah.
You know, some of them just get millions and millions of views. They're just really good at like singing and being entertaining and shit.
Sure.
Is that someone eating an apple or is something weird happening in the game?
Sorry, I just went off mute, boss.
Okay. I was confused.
My apologies, boss.
It's all right. Lawson?
An apple a day, baby. Keeps the doctor away.
It doesn't, though. It doesn't at all.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
I mean,
Unless you like
not drinking a bunch of soda and, you know, like drinking tap water is a lot better for your teeth than eating an apple every day. Also, brushing your teeth and occasionally flossing. That's right, kids.
Where are we at our harvesting contract?
We're not close.
Oh my! All right.
Yeah, we still got a pretty big chunk of field over here.
You want to sub in for me over here?
Well, is there other things we can do? Like, is there a fertilizing contract or something else we can do?
No. Let me. You come take this thing. I'll head back to the farm. Start figuring out how to position vehicles to take advantage of the harvest.
All right, I'm in your harvester. Getting ready.
Okay. So the first thing we do afterwards is cultivate. Actually, I already got the cultivator set up, except someone moved them a little bit. Oh! Okay. I did it.
Oh, man. You about went off that cliff, man. That was real close.
You watching through my vlog? Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
I'm just really skilled, is what I can say. Really skilled at drift racing. Here's a thing I'm going to show you. I'm actually working on my character for Gran Turismo 7. So I'm thinking his name's going to be Arthur Parsons.
Okay.
But he goes by his racing name, Midnight Disaster. And he's a member of the racing team Sinister Region. And the catchphrase is, when you're in our region, your family, Sinister Region. Yep. I want him to be like the typical bad guy that you defeat in like the first or second episode to show how much better you are than an established racer.
Sure.
I hate it when you do that, Spoon. I hate it when you do that because it makes me question when it was really a good idea or not.
No, this is the guy who like sets the stakes for the heroes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, and maybe he gets a redemption arc in season 2 where you're like, "Who's this guy?"
There you go. Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, he's from the first season.
He's from the first."
He was a bad guy then. and then he levels up.
What was that Aaron Sorkin newsroom? So that happened in Newsroom. The girl who asked the question about America, right? She ended up working for the company, and he's like, "Who are you again?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm the one who kicked off this entire chain of events in the first part of season 1." I was literally,
like, no.
"Oh, it's you."
He recognizes her and yells out "sorority girl" across the newsroom.
That exactly.
Yeah.
Author Parsons, aka Midnight Disaster, is the sorority girl of GTA, or sorry, Gran Turismo 7 multiplayer.
There you go. I like
All I want to do is tandem drift, right?
it. Yeah. What's his hero name when he comes back and gets a redemption arc in season 2?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it still Midnight?
Yeah, I was gonna
Disaster?
say it might still be Midnight Disaster. That's a solid name for a racer.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Disaster is all capitalized. So is Region for Sinister Region.
Right. And like I'm imagining like some sort of like green color for part of the logo.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe for Sinister
Region.
Region, but Author Parsons, of course, uses orange, the color of FF6724. A suspiciously familiar number. A hex code known to many.
Mm-hmm.
What are these fuel costs? Who's refueling right now?
I am, because I'm bored, so I'm just
Crazy.
trucks and refueling them.
He's insane. We can't stop him.
So somehow I hit a button that turned on the radio. So I've got some like jazz and some like organ music going on in the background. It's kind of nice.
You know, got honky tonk badonkadonk.
NPR.
NPR.
Obvious.
Holy shit.
It's like SW701.
Man, NPR. Talk about a news station that fucking went downhill. Oh my god.
And I have finally returned.
Ah, you're no longer standing contemplating suicide over the side of the cliff.
Yeah, let's watch in the ocean.
See, Boss Perkins, he's fine.
I didn't say he wasn't fine.
No, you don't want to lie.
I just wanted to make it dramatic.
He doesn't have the wheat madness.
The wheat madness? Is that... I was gonna say, is that like space
John William,
madness?
What are you doing?
Is this all ready to harvest already? Ooh.
Yeah. We're gonna get 2 harvests in one night.
Oh, did you guys already do a harvest?
No,
Nope.
I'm lying.
Oh.
We started the night by seeding. If you look at the map, though, you can see
So
where
you want to go back and forth across the side you're on?
Yeah.
you can see Spoon.
You're not waiting on me.
I kicked the time up way too high, and they got caught in the middle of the field when the field grew.
Ah. I see.
So we probably lost about 10,000 off that. It's fine though.
Yeah, I was wondering why I saw some fertilized and weeded areas. Or weed percentages in a harvest already. And that spot just skipped a few steps. It was just like a little tiny spot.
Well, if you just got back, Mr. Spoon, you probably haven't taken a look at Discord. Or
not in depth. Not in depth. No.
well, I opened up. What's that one called? I'm having trouble remembering what this fucking thing is called.
Dawn Agreement.
Ah, Dawn Agreement. Yeah, wow. Amazing. You remember better than me. It's not like I'm the showrunner or made up the name or anything.
Yeah. Showrunner, creator.
Literally spent the last
Fans want to
2 months working like 4 hours a day making it. Given the fact that Pano wants to play Beastmaster, I think we're gonna make it a little bit more combat light than normal.
Okay.
I would hate for him to die.
Horribly.
Over and over again.
I mean, you really only die once. That's how death works.
I mean, I've played Dungeons and Dragons, and that's not how death works.
That's how death works in my games. Except for New Game Plus, which is a unique situation.
Do you not do resurrection spells or revivify?
Do you if you got those spells, sure.
Yes, exactly. Those
So
exist.
are there no NPCs that have
There's a lot of low level magic, but not a lot of high level magic users.
By the way, hey Spoon, when I meant go back and forth, I meant like go back and forth the long way, not the short way.
Oh, gotcha.
My bad, boss. I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries.
Don't worry, he's just doing the name.
This guy. You're gonna have to give this guy a full haircut here.
What's the quote, Spoon? Tell me the quote again.
I forgot the hopper.
Right under the hopper.
You're the only person that does that anymore.
That's because I'm the only person who's true to the spirit of Perkins Farms.
That's accurate.
He's trying to sell that merch.
I was gonna say season 1 Perkins Farms, maybe. Can we really not refill the fucking fertilizer from these tanks? What is going on, man?
The Brettle?
I'll hook a left
Yeah.
and start
With
going
raising the
long
roof on it.
ways.
Oh, I forgot about that. That might work. I'm gonna have to spill this whole thing all over the place.
Which one is what?
Who knows anymore?
I don't know.
The whole area's a dang mess.
I would like to remind the executive field hand that every time we turn one of these machines, we actually lose money.
Yeah,
Doing harvesting.
that is correct.
If you got time to turn, you got money to burn.
Oh, nice.
I like this. I'm looking at this trying to figure out what this is. There's some suspicious looking tire marks up in the air on this tower that just finally erased themselves. It was up there for a good 30 seconds.
Don't ask no questions.
They weren't even actually on it. They were in the air above.
I repaired the vehicle. I'm gonna have to repair the harvesters when you guys get back.
Say the harvester looks like it's about half repair on this level here.
The Massey Ferguson, the red-black one, the front head's at 12%.
Oh.
Yeah, so that counts differently than the other one. How you guys doing over there?
Probably
We're
about
getting
4 more
there, we're getting
passes.
there.
All right,
Where are they at?
field 7 or something.
7.
When we do our harvest, we ought to look into getting rid of this yellow one and getting a second one of
Big Reds.
the one.
No, I think we need to get a third one instead of getting a second one.
Okay, yeah. We could do that too. Yeah, just get.
That's what I was saying earlier.
additional-
We could get one of the 45 to 49 feet ones for 530,000.
Mhm.
And just get it. It's basically twice as wide as the black-red one. I mean, it's just the thing about having so many people, right? Is that we need a requisite number of vehicles to match that, so it costs more. But it does mean that we're constantly working vehicles. So whenever something can be done, we're doing it.
Mhm.
Well, I am more than happy to be a transportation engineer. I find that very fun.
Well, I'm trying to teleport to the black truck, but I'm guessing someone must be in it. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Do you want to run that as soon as it's ready to go?
Yep.
Seems like John Bullion and I will carve up the field. We'll cultivate it after you guys come harvest it.
Sure.
I am gonna need to fix those harvesters before we work the field.
Hey, who's in the black truck? Paul? You want to come back around on my side of the field so I can do a rolling salty dump on my next round.
All right, I'm gonna leave the map up while I check Discord real quick on my phone and Twitter.
Other thing we could do, just putting that out there, we could go into a bigger, or I should say, a larger crop protection engine.
I'm in the black and red, Paul.
Oh,
Spoon. My bad.
all right. There also,
You got time to
I'm
come
gonna
back around if you need to. No worries, boss.
What does crop protection engine mean?
Because you can either have the weeders like we have, or the sprayers, but there's also wheeled vehicles that do the same job that are much larger.
specialized vehicles.
Yes.
They're called crop protection.
Yep.
Imperator 3.0.
That's one of them.
Okay.
The other one is the Rubicon.
Paul, you see that the pipe hanging out?
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats. It doesn't look like that would be wise.
I mean, 27 meters is pretty far.
Yeah, but the one we have right now is 24.
Oh, we're going. The rolling salty dump. It's going.
You sure the one we have right now isn't 24 feet?
Nope, it's 24 meters.
Oh,
It's all
give me
meters,
some
isn't
space.
it?
Give me some space, Paul.
It is on my end.
That's looking
Yeah.
pretty good.
Nice. That's a good one. That's a
Yep.
mighty fine rolling salty dump.
Yes, it is.
Had lots of
Like
practice.
poetry in motion.
All right, I'm empty. I'm just going to keep going. Or do you want me to head back with the big one back to get it fixed while Spoon finishes up the field?
You could probably go ahead and head back, and I can finish this up.
Okay, Boss Perkins, where do I need to take this Massey to get it fixed?
Yep, to the shack.
To the shack, not the shop.
You could take it to the shop,
to the
but
field, basically, right?
yeah.
A little shack next to the power washer.
All right, yes, boss, heading there.
Okay.
Okay, and I am empty. All yours, Paul.
Unless you're doing business with you.
Hope you enjoyed that fine salty dump.
Delicious. That was salty dump soybeans.
Where even am I? All right. Well, I can head across the bridge here.
Plus the left, and now move it to the next spot. The spot was dead, yo. So I continue to 818 Beachside Avenue. The girls were hot, wearing less than bikinis. How did this song ever get famous?
Payola.
Right, I'm bringing it back in. No, turn.
Maybe the plan, instead of going to do other jobs, would be to just boost the speed timer. How high can it go?
120, I think, is the fastest.
Well, 120 was pretty fast. Maybe we do that instead. And we concentrate on our stuff. Because we keep getting caught out doing jobs for other people.
That
Well,
is fair.
maybe you need a logistics planner, boss.
Or
Yeah. If only we had a better logistics planner who used the time properly. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't say that out loud.
It's okay. I understood. Yes, it's fine.
But I didn't say it.
I'm working on it, man. I'm
We
getting.
can also just stagger or planting, so we have.
That's crazy. Look, the real dream is when we have enough fields that we give one field to each person and we let them plant whatever they want, and then they just rotate through vehicles as needed, and then it's total chaos and no one knows who's got any money or what's going to happen next.
That sounds like an awful lot of fun.
I agree.
I don't need anxiety heading into Sunday night.
Well, don't worry. I'm out here to take calculated risks for you, but boy, am I actually pretty good at math. Just not calculating the 40th AP bullet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I certainly hope you're good at math. Because,
I am gonna. Listen, I have a bachelor's in electrical engineering. Where I come from, that means something.
Yeah, that's why I said I sure hope you're good at math.
I had to get a college degree in sciences, all right? It's not that easy. Yes, some of my colleagues definitely cheated their way through, but that's not me.
Alright, repairs, and then I'll follow you in.
Okay, boss, where do you want me to park this thing?
All right, so you need to put the header right here where the yellow line is. So you need to drop the header and let me repair that. And then after we do that, you'll have to pick it back up and put the vehicle on here. All right, stop. I think I got it.
Put it on the yellow line, boss.
No, you're good. You're good. Now move the whole vehicle on there.
Like there.
Yep, you're good. All right, good to go.
Drop it, right?
You're good. Go. No, pick it back up. You're good. I already repaired both of them.
Oh my god, what?
Listen, I'm just way faster than you, man.
No kidding. All right. Oh my goodness. Anyone else want to run this thing?
I'll take it when I get back over there. I'll swap you for the little yellow one.
Boss Perkins, are you like cleaning this thing? Can I go, or what do you want me to?
Yeah, go. I'm just, you know.
I'm worried when I run you over.
That's okay.
Boss. I don't want a new boss.
Well, the thing about the new boss is he's the same as the old boss.
Well played, Boss Perkins.
Thank you. I'm known for a certain style, a profile. It always makes me rank when I hear Wu Chow.
Going to the restaurant?
Alright, John Bullion. Drop
I
it.
can't handle all this pressure of people directly behind me.
Give him some space, John Bullion. Give him some space. The man needs to breathe. What's our next most damaged piece of equipment? New Holland TX32. Okay, so the New Holland needs to. Einbach Aerostar Rotation 12,000.
Yeah, I've not found which one that is. It might be the weeder.
It must be an owned item. Maybe not. That is the weeder. Alright, I'll just go repair it real quick. There's no way this could go poorly.
Absolutely none at all.
Oh my goodness, we're actually going to be able to harvest in the daylight? Is that right?
That makes no sense.
And if we're quick, we may even be able to seed in the daylight too.
There you go.
Sounds like a midnight disaster is not upon us. So I think we're gonna get like slightly less than 150,000 this time around. So we can either save up for a big harvester and like 2 or 3 crop rotations, or we can get some sort of support vehicle.
Depth riddled are we?
Not. I don't think it's that bad right now.
So we could technically, like, let's say we make 150. We could dip into a loan to get a bigger, another harvester, right?
I mean, we're fully tapped out on loan. We would have to repay. Vehicle leasing costs and running costs. Yesterday were 45,000.
That's not bad.
All right. Hold on a sec, Spoon. I need to make sure that I have that thing repaired. And then I gotta pick it up. I mean, let me check leasing costs versus running costs, because obviously running costs are always going to be pretty high. Doesn't matter whether you're leasing it or not.
Traffic jam of the shack.
All right, get the header on there, Spoon, and then I'm gonna do the whole vehicle. All right, drop the header and back up. All right, pick the header up. We're good, and get to harvesting. Get, boy! I said get to harvesting.
There we go.
I'm a villain from the 1830s.
Very nice. That's a good harvest.
Hey, Spoon, you want to trade up?
Is that you? Did you drop the whole vehicle in? We're done with the contract.
Yep.
That can't be right. It says we're 84%. Did someone forget to unload one of their hoppers?
You said put it at the restaurant, right?
No, I said put it at the port grain elevator. It's also the
before I dropped it.
I
where you wanted to put it.
I definitely didn't say a restaurant. I said port grain elevator. Also the one that's glowing.
So yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna have to give some of our soybeans to the port grain elevator.
Let's see if we
Can you guys see the contracts that I accept?
I go to that screen, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Spoon, are you you got that harvester fixed up? You want to trade up?
The harvester's fixed.
All right. I'm not hearing Spoon if he's talking.
My bad, I was muted. Yes, it is. It is ready to go.
All right, let me finish this row, and we can I can trade out.
All right, and I'll get you set up
And
for.
best to take this big boy on the long haul runs,
Yep.
and I'll work the outsides of the fields with the smaller one.
Well, and then I think that the smaller one can handle the terrain a little bit better as well.
The hills, yes. All right, almost done.
What does happen if we accidentally steal their harvest and we cancel the contract?
We have to pay the difference for the contract.
Exited. I'm out of it.
All right, I'm hopping in.
Oh, that's how this is working. I see.
You put it on the wrong end.
Well, I could attach to the other end, yeah, but...
Okay, I will grab the outside of this field and the remainder of this one, Spoon.
Okay.
Had to do in the long runs.
Yep.
What the heck? Oh, I have to relower it. That makes sense.
And be sure to check how full that hopper is.
You got it.
In an entirely non-antagonistic way, everyone. Just it might be half full already. That's all I'm saying, boss.
Yeah, 60%.
Well, we're gonna make a little bit less money this time around. Alright, we'll deal with it.
So how much do we owe for that contract?
I'm not gonna cancel it. Well, I guess I could. Sure, why not?
80%, so
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we we basically have to put as much load as you just sold. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna cost a lot. Anyway, let's see what they charge us. 69,000. Great. Almost everything. All right, so let's not make this mistake again. But I didn't want to have to sell at the Port Green Elevator again when we should be selling our harvest at the our personal harvest at the whatever is good right now, which is the Central Green Elevator for like almost 25% more. Well, Spoon, when you get a chance, you got to check that Dawn agreement, chat. Look at you. You leaving this little shrimpy wheat in my path. What even is this?
Okay, where is the semi-truck? Because I'll probably, once I get around this field, be completely full.
Where you were at. You're on the exact opposite side of the field from me.
All right, well, that's fine. You can stay there. Stay there. I should be full when I get back around.
Yeah, I'm just going to line myself up. That way you don't come off the field too far hunting me.
Man, harvesting over here, pain in the butt.
What the? Spoon, are you full? Spoon, are you muted? Say nothing if it's correct.
Yes, I am full. He is, and I gotta go. I gotta go dump on the far side. Sorry, I'm eating chips, and I don't.
It's all right.
I don't want to crunch over the mic.
We don't have that center road anymore to skip down.
Mm-hmm. I missed that center road.
I don't at all. I really like having one giant super field. Makes me feel like I've tamed nature.
It does have its advantages.
Except for when I hang up the harvester on the railroad tracks.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yep, that's always a pain in the butt.
I'm Super Spoon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta keep those engines hot. If you ain't going fast, you ain't doing nothing.
Your last place.
Yep.
You're not first, you're last.
One moment, and I'll be out of your way here, John.
You've got a big
Almost.
tank though.
Yep. All right, we're empty.
28%.
So the
That's
great
not
question,
right.
Paul Kahn, is can we coordinate another rolling salty dump as I head along the road, coming around the field?
On another loop we'll be able to, because we got this one patch here that isn't harvested, that little triangle here by the road.
All right,
So I don't want to ruin any of that.
got it.
The main drag, I could do a good section of it, looks like. Maybe back up and go over that way.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to go like, off-road, just I'll be coming around.
Yep.
No, you keep going.
Yeah.
I'm breaking off.
Which side does that pipe come out on?
Mine comes out the left-hand side, so as I come along the road, it'll be over the road.
Okay.
Boss Perkins looks like he's leaving. We can have all the fun we want.
I'm right here. I literally just went right past you.
Yeah, let's just do it. I hope you have a safe journey, Boss Perkins.
You know I'm pulling in behind you, right?
Oh, whoops.
You better hope I have a
been
safe
there the
train.
whole time.
Couch bullion.
You want to go the other way, John Bullion, and cover what he's already been on?
Yep, will do.
We got all mixed up here.
There's control.
Yes, let me make the turn to the long run. There we go.
Do we have enough room there?
I think we are.
This is the only thing I do third person.
I'm really glad
for.
that you have your hazard lights on. That's very safe driving, Paul.
I'm working. They're always on.
So I was at 70%.
That's the right answer, by the way. Man, what games are coming out lately? Speaking of Spoon, we got to do Carrier Command 2 with Soundwave at some point. What's going to take to
I know,
wrangle
I've
the
been
two of you
jumping
on
at
a
it.
Thursday?
Yeah, we just have.
I'm empty,
I've
Paul.
had
You can
scheduling
hit the pause
problems
button there.
recently.
This coming Thursday is gonna be good for me. I don't have a stream this week.
They just patched a lot of the shittiest issues, so... I almost won my single player. I got within like 12% of taking out the enemy carrier.
Yeah.
Yep. I simply ran out of literally every type of ammunition and weapon. I was down to ramming him and then nose grinding him so that his sea whizzes couldn't get my cruise missiles. So basically firing cruise missiles point blank range. Because the sea whizzes are good enough that if they can get an angle on them, even with only 100 feet, they'll still blow it right out of the sky. So eventually I got to the point where I was dunking on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching somebody like walk through how to play it the other day, and they were like showing like how you can use your helicopters to pick up your ground vehicles and move them around.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that particular chassis yet.
That takes some patience.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, honestly, ground vehicles really aren't worth shit in Carrier Command. They're basically worthless as fuck. They're fixing a lot of the issues, and they're making strafing runs viable again, because it used to be just spamming IR missiles was really the only way to get things done. So you had to hope that you captured a munitions factory that produced IR missiles, otherwise you were basically boned. I thought laser guided missiles were going to be amazing and cool, and it turns out that they're the weakest weapon in the whole game. They're even weaker than light bombs. What I'm excited for is Spoon manually flying a aircraft, showing off his amazing flight skills, using like gun runs, and then hopping into that vehicle as an observer and manually firing like some sort of gimbal mounted weapon.
Definitely won't crash ever.
Listen, these vehicles are so fucking expensive and hard to repair, you better not crash them. Pretty hard to crash unless you're using keyboard commands.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for the AI to crash while taking off or landing, actually.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It really should not be.
They're really good or they're really bad. There's no in between on that.
You should not be engaging in landing operations or takeoff operations at 100 knots in a storm in 50-foot waves.
I did see someone talking about that
with the wind.
High seas, and their plane took off the front right when a wave hit it. The wave just come up and clapped it.
Yep.
Like, that's not the designer's fault. That's the wave's fault, and you for not paying attention to that. Turn sideways if you're launching in terrible weather.
Once I figured out that if you shut off the ship's weapon systems, it boosts your propulsion up, the game became a very different way of doing things.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was one of their little selling points. Is like, you could do this with the power guide, and everyone's like, power guide? That's boring. And then 5 minutes later, someone goes, but if I turn this power off, we go faster. And everyone's all cool with power.
They changed the way logistics work, and they'll also tell you what blueprints you get from which island, which is huge.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea what I
I
was
fucking hated taking an island, and it was a blueprint I already had. It just felt like a waste of a full hour.
Yeah.
Gonna wait until Spoon and Soundwave are fully committed to doing something, and then blowing the ship up, just activating the self-destruct while they're both busy.
Yeah, like while we're both in like drones.
Well, you get an achievement for self-destructing your ship, so I've gotten almost all the achievements so far, except, you know, the one for winning. Difficulty level is quite high.
So it would seem.
Well, Spoon, let me know when you got an idea what you want to play for Dawn Agreement. Don't spoil any of the people here. They've only heard about Pondo's meme idea to play Priss Krat, Beast Tamer.
He's gonna play a druid and he's gonna be a ghost bear.
No. He's going to be a Steel Viper. That way no one will ever see him.
Yeah. No one will see him coming. All right, I'm empty, Paul. I'll make another pass.
But then how would you achieve a minor victory?
Yeah, gotta get that marginal victory in.
I can't tell whether I wanted to throw up or take a rage jump when you said that.
I mean, there's the truck. Go wild.
All right, before we fertilize or seed, we need to lime the whole field again. So
Hey.
just be aware that we have lime. To do it, you have to dump out one of the breedalls and go to the concrete factory, and it's there. But we don't need to worry about that yet. Paul Con, you wanna grab a thingy, a tractor? Or are you busy?
I'm not really strong, so I can't carry a tractor.
All right, just know that my rage level was incredibly high when you said that.
And now it's off the charts.
So
Yeah.
you achieved a marginal victory then.
That was, so listen, I've had to put up with Pondo's private bullshit lately. His puns.
I mean, he's a dad now. You know.
Yeah.
Gonna have to deal with a
I
lot
had to
of
put up with
bullshit.
him changing his name to Pondo the Dad.
Yeah.
Apparently I was the first person to notice.
I noticed. I just didn't say anything.
You should say something.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just let it ride. Because acknowledging it is also a
I
death.
thought we grew up in the same generation. If you see something, say something.
No.
What are you, fucking millennial? No, wait, I mean, what are you, a fucking Zoomer?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what a Zoomer is? You have like 3 Zoomer children, right?
Is that what they're called? I thought
That's what the current generation is called. I mean, it's about to flip over.
I don't remember naming them Zoomer.
That might be Gavin, but Allison's much older. She's in the millennial category.
Anyone who can't remember 9/11 happening is a Zoomer. I think that a new generation is bound to be born in the next year or two. But yeah, Zoomer is definitely current gen hardware.
Listen to this.
And you not know, I've done several intros talking about the Zoomies. I'm their natural ally. I'm like an honorary Zoomer. I can do Fortnite dances, and sing Chug
How do you
Jug.
do, fellow Zoomers?
Exactly. That's the attitude I'm going for right there. I'm into VTubers, you know?
What is up, fellow young ones?
I'm aware that Instagram exists, and I'm capable of using my phone to check it. I don't,
Join
but I
me on
could.
this amazing game from the 80s called BattleTech.
I saw this cool TikToker the other day.
This new thing, TikTok.
My rage levels are rising quickly as you're speaking. A TikToker, yes. What are you doing, Paul?
I don't know. You said go over to this place and drop this
Oh,
fertilizer off.
yeah, okay, so dump all the fertilizer somewhere safe.
Find safe.
Anywhere that won't get in somebody's way. Right there is just fine. Unload it all, then head to the front of the cement factory. There's a bunch of lime there that you'll need to pick up.
Lime factory.
The concrete factory. It's literally right next to us.
One on the hill?
It's directly north of our fields.
Oh, you mean
The one behind us.
a hidey hole
Yeah.
place that we were using. Yeah.
On the left side, going in, is lime. It's everywhere.
This big boy fit up in there?
Yes, easily. You see the small containers all on the left side in the bushes? That's lime. Your objective is to fill your carrier with that.
I'm very sad the rest of you aren't also on this radio station I accidentally turned on my cab.
It's DMCA, so I can't put it
Yeah,
on
I
stream.
get it. Oh, I totally get it. There's a reason why you can't play. It's
Oh.
awesome.
There's some funny ones though.
It's sounding very 70s sitcom / like something that might have been played on Dallas, maybe. It's fantastic. Early 80s, yeah, nice.
Yeah, there used to be quite a few of the actual simulator radio stations that were for the serious, truck sim guys. They had a real radio station, DJ'd and everything.
Look, man, GTA Vice City. That's how I learned to like Michael Jackson music. Now they're gonna make a 4K remaster. It's gonna be incredible. I love Vice City. Ammunition.
I'll cry when I'm done killing.
Laszlo.
I will say this hill here makes it awfully difficult to get this corner field.
Yes.
Yeah, that should be enough now. I can get back and forth in there.
Well, there is a way to flatten out hills. It just costs money, like everything else. Money that we no longer have.
Yep. We're probably going to go a little bit into the negatives getting this harvest in.
Perfect. That's how I like to live my life. I love going over the same terrain like 4 times just to make sure I get that one little patch. Yep. What is it going to take?
if somebody wants to hop in the truck and come out and run
All right.
down this big long stretch in the center here to
I got you.
unload.
Yeah.
Big long stretch in the center. Oh,
Yes.
okay. I'm gonna have to go the long way to get there, though.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming. I'm on my way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good because that's also the way that I'm headed. So we'll.
Hey, Salty Maker, you want a quick dump right here?
Of course.
We're not gonna roll it, just a regular dump.
Working on, boss. Like a little bit closer to you. No, stop moving. Stop moving.
I'm coming to you. I'm like Iron Man in the Avengers movie, the first one.
It's bringing the party to you.
Yeah, stationary salty dump is okay. Not as
How
good as the
about that?
rolling salty dump. I'm clear. Thank you.
Making my way downtown, and I'm home now. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum. All right. Are you on which side?
No, yeah. So
I
you'll
see ya.
come in.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stop to do it, but that's life.
I'm full, so I can't go forward until I offload anyway.
Is that a
course.
holy shit, the hopper's full again moment?
Yep, it is.
no.
But he didn't overfill
No,
it,
it is not.
so he
No,
gets
it is
partial credit. Partial credit.
It's eight,
Marginal
eight,
victory.
85.99 out of 8,600.
We just figured out how the Gauss Bear got that marginal victory at Tukiyat.
It's true. Tukiyat was well known as being a breadbasket. Specifically a grain farming world, actually. Can't wait to hear the stories about the Ghost Bear Dominion's Legion of Agromechs. I'll tell you, I am seriously considering doing a show in the Republic of the Sphere era. Maybe either slightly before or after Grey Monday, but not when Tops still had control of the storyline rather than when...
In canon, what years are those?
I don't know. It's like 3130?
Yeah, it'd be like 31.
29, 31, 30. It's basically when Ghost War's written. So it's when like the entire Inner Sphere has been demechatized. So at the end of Dark Ages, they're literally like, we have dozens of mechs, dozens of regiments of mechs on every world. Everyone's got tons and tons. They basically were like, let's reset back to the way Battletech used to be. But when Dark Ages started, it was literally like one mech per planet per side. And then like support forces. There was a new political narrative. It was fucking dope.
Yeah.
And the more I think about it, the more I actually like the way that went.
Well, and then they went, oh hey, none of this worked, or like.
No, what they went was, yeah,
Oh, no,
that's the
clicky
problem.
tech
It was
fell apart.
clicky tech. Yeah,
Yeah.
WizKids made a great story and a terrible product.
Yeah.
What was
So-
clicky tech?
You remember where you could turn the bases of things and it would make a clicking noise?
Like
No, this is remember after 1996, 7, 8.
I mean, click tech in Battletech wasn't until like 2003, 2004.
Yeah, after my time.
Welcome back.
Hey, we still found a chance to play a game in 352. I was
Ba-da-bum. It doesn't need lime. Okay. We still gotta do...
John Boyan.
You're good.
Sorry about that, buddy.
How's the lime amount doing?
70%.
Okay.
It's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, I know it's not gonna be enough and we don't have any money.
You can't go take the existing hopper we have full of grain and go get paid for something.
I'm waiting until it gets totally filled.
Okay, that's a personal choice.
It is. It's the kind of choice that maximizes our benefits while lowering our expenses. Look, we have lime now. We don't need to get more lime yet. And even if we did, it would be faster to drive the breedall down with the lime than for me to go run the truck out. We've already established that's the fastest way to do things.
I was talking about taking the truck to go get paid so you could pay for lime.
Yes, but we don't need the lime yet. Actually still have a bunch of cultivating to do. I was just thinking about cultivating cultivation, really. So that it could become strong enough, but then, like, accidentally save my mortal enemy, who is also a member of the demonic Hua sect. And then we get into, like, a romance story that's forbidden. But then we have to, like, cultivate against the glorious Sky Dragon Emperor Dragon.
I have no idea any of the reference you're making.
I'm thinking I may need to take a drug test of that. Thank you. Don't know what that was, but that was a trip.
I believe he's saying he was a level 7 Grand Wizard.
No, I wouldn't. Listen, I want to be really clear, Soundwave. I would never say that I'm a Grand Wizard. The only type of wizard I need to be is a regular wizard, and not one where wizard is somehow spelled with a K.
There's a lot of Z's in there.
There's a lot of Z's in there? Amazing.
Oh, you haven't? You don't remember Aqua Teen Hunger Force, the wizard in that?
I literally never watched that show. Never. I know nothing about it.
Hey, Carl!
I don't think it was my kind of humor at the time.
Sometimes it really wasn't humorous, so it makes sense.
Wow. That's some
I
shade.
love the show. I watched every episode, but there were some times where it's like, is this supposed to be funny or is this just sad?
It's sad and awkward, man. Wonderful.
Carl. Poor old Carl.
Was it Meatwad?
Meatwad,
Yep.
Frylock,
Meatwad.
and Master Shake.
Who was the fry guy?
Frylock,
Frylock, yeah, okay.
because he was technically
A warlock.
dark. And he had dreadlocks in his with his fries. The Master Shake symbol.
What I like most about this is I'm talking about modern Mimi cultivation novels. So you guys are talking about a fry with dreadlocks. And I can't tell which of us is more on drugs. Yep. We'll get you. Are there any other good games coming out lately? Anybody got anything on, I hesitate to say it, pre-order?
I don't have anything on pre-order, but Back for Blood comes out in October.
Oh, yeah, I already pre-ordered it. You want to do Back for Bros on Wednesday nights?
Sure.
Until pre-afterlife services start. We're going to do me and Henley and Drummer Boy. Bros for Blood.
Yeah, I'm in.
Bros for Blood 2, No More Bros. Blows for Blood. No, never mind. What are those games called? No More Heroes, that's what it was. Desperate Struggle.
I thought you were talking about the Broforce games.
No, I was talking about No More Heroes. They had amazingly anime titles. The most realistic version of lightsabers I've ever seen, and it was still super lame. Man, the Wii really made fighting games super weird.
Yeah.
There are all these games where you had to use your controller as a sword. Or the Bleach games, you had to physically shout Bankai every time you wanted to use your ultimate.
That's pretty cool.
Well, at the time, my mom kept asking me what the hell Bankai means if I'm going to yell it 20 times an hour.
Yeah. I just asked why you're yelling Bankai instead of Bankai.
Oh, Jesus. Listen to this motherfucker over here.
Listen. Bleach was one of the few animes that I've actually watched a lot of.
I'm sorry.
I never got into it.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It's a shonen.
So
It's a shonen is not an explanation for something being bad. It started off pretty good, and then it just got worse all the time.
so
I will say, it did not start being good. It was never good.
No, it was good. You're wrong. You're classless and you have no taste. Go ahead, Spoon.
am I gonna make? Hang on. I don't think I'm gonna make it through.
I'm at 9%.
No.
Say the words. Say the words, Spoon.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
I'm gonna make it. God damn it.
Say it. Say it. Just know a snake's tongue is coming out of my mouth right now. Say it.
Yeah. Arthur's eyes all of a sudden got like slit pupils and like yellow and glowing.
Say it. Say the line.
Say the words.
I am Jade Falcon.
So I would like to prepare. I am turning and headed down the big central path. I could use a rolling Celtic dump as I round that corner when I get there.
I'm gonna do a stationary dump first.
Yeah, I don't know that the truck's facing the wrong way to do a rolling dump. Looks like Paul Kahn's on his way out to meet you in the field.
Hold on, wait.
Ride out and meet them. Tell deeds await.
Unhook that header. Do it.
Don't do it. Do not get the urge for herbal.
Halfway there. %.
Stay on target.
Almost there.
Stay on target.
Use the force.
Missiles away.
70%.
Say I can't shake them. What's going on here? What am I missing? Yeah, collect from Salty Maker and then run it out to the central grain elevator.
Pipe is out.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I've literally redone this area like 4 times. I still haven't hit it. Just gonna have to accept that that's never gonna be. I'm never gonna give it up.
I may need to empty into the second bin. First one's looking pretty full. Yep, we're filling. I need some more space, Paul.
Working on it.
Got it.
Gotta slow me down a little bit.
I think the front hopper's entirely full. You need to pull forward a little bit.
Speed it up.
There we go.
Listen, guys, I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. I gotta make you understand. I'm never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you down.
I'm having a beautiful moment with a rolling salty dump and you have to rickroll us. Really?
I'm never gonna run around
Really?
and desert you. I'm never gonna. Goodbye.
Body.
Sorry, never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye.
I'm empty. Thank you, sir.
Tell a lie. Hurt you.
So we go ahead and sell this
Yes.
Yep.
at 80%.
Central grain elevator.
Central green elevator.
We need like 60, 70,000 out of this.
Water. Light
What?
speed.
Across the water, it's in the middle of the map.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, it's
river.
across the river.
Oh, well.
I'm-
I'd call that a crick. I'd call that a crick, okay.
It is a body of water. And
I seen the Mississippi, all right. That ain't no river down there, all right. I'd wash my clothes in that creek. That ain't no river. You think a riverboat fit down something like that? I say no, sir.
Oh,
That's a creek.
You could take a canoe down it.
You gonna tell me you can't fit a canoe in a creek? Literally, the preferred transportation of the creek for hundreds of years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
Perfect. Man thinks it's a river. You know, fit a riverboat, gambling boat down there? Big old paddle boat? I don't think so.
Could do paddle boats a lot in rivers.
I mean, if you make a paddle boat the size of the river, then yeah, it doesn't go down the river. They used to call those ocean liners. It's just the same difference. Make it smaller.
You make an ocean liner big enough to fit in the ocean, like the whole ocean. You got a pretty big boat.
Exactly. It's no point.
It's always a bigger fish.
Yeah, that was the stupidest moment that show.
Oh
There's always a bigger fish. Thanks, Star Wars. Thanks for your value.
That was amazing. That became a trope namer on TV tropes.
Yep.
It's perfect. It's literally one of the best.
Super old stuff that I just found out about. Darth and droids.
Yeah, that's where I learned about TV tropes, was from Darth and Droids. Yep. Look.
They use they get that ability.
Like, the first 2,000 pages of that comic were really good. When they were doing the original movies, it was great. It got a little weird when they did the prequels. And at some point I just stopped.
How do I get stuck?
I think the website I was on, they only start in the prequels. I don't know if they re-changed.
No, it started in the original Star Wars, and then it jumped back to... no, you're right. It might have started with the prequels and the Cheddar monks and private investigator Darth Maul. I don't know. At some point, it just was not as good as it used to be.
Well, most webcomics aren't. They have kind of a shelf life.
8-bit theater.
Yep.
Was excellent and ended on the high note.
It started to be all about the Red Mage and the Sword Chucks.
That was literally the best part.
And I stand with my previous comment.
I stand with my previous comment. Order of the Stick is absolutely fantastic at all times.
I didn't care for it. But I'm
You
not
are
big
a
fan
monster.
of D&D.
That's okay. All right, we
I
came.
grew out of D&D pretty quick, even while still actively playing it. But I'm a sci-fi guy, so it's not really.
All right, we probably are still going to hit 150,000, but we're basically just going to end up with almost as much money as we started with. Losing 70,000 was a massive hit. We're just going to stick to our own fields. The rivers and the lakes that we're used to.
Don't go chasing contract harvests.
Yeah. It's not the first time we've had this happen, is the thing.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened there? Did someone drive through like 30% of the field and then stop in the middle of it?
So that was when I was trying to cut through so I could just run through and dump that load, and that was when I didn't make it all the way through.
The map tells the story of a desperate man.
Yeah, that's right.
My God.
He shot himself.
Surrounded by soy, no friends to help him out.
A real soy boy, I guess.
Abandoned by his country.
What the fuck? Don't turn this into a war novel.
Alone.
What
In a
the
field
In a field.
where no man could see him.
Field of Soy.
Okay.
Award winning.
The trailer's stuck and I can't get traction? What the hell?
Oh no.
Are you stuck on the
On something here and it just won't give me traction. There we go. Jeez. I've crossed that track 100 times. I was on the road part. It just suddenly is stuck.
Are you okay? Yeah,
I'm
you're
free
going
now.
back. You want to come down the center row? I'm about ready for a dump.
Our 13-year-old.
Farmers, what is the real terminology?
Probably unload.
probably?
Unload.
Feels like some guy's gonna jump out of a bush and be like, "Nope, it's a dump."
Muy purple.
Or if you wanted to turn around here, we could do a rolling dump.
Oh my. How bold of you.
You don't think it's gonna take longer to set up a rolling dump than it is to just execute a stationary one?
No.
No.
All right, let's do the math on that.
Just control.
It's definitely going to be a differential equation, as speed will change over time. You have to wait. You know, t no longer is equal to 0. T is going to be t prime minus t0. The difference in the amount of time it takes you to get turned around.
Six
And
miles
the
an
fun
hour.
balloon just
I got it.
deflated.
All right, cool.
The hardest part about the rolling is really to make sure I don't run into him.
Yeah, because like there isn't a lot of room between our between the front of the combine harvester and your truck. All right, I'm empty. Very nicely done.
Did you say it was a smooth dump?
It was a smooth dump.
It's the power of cruise control.
That's right.
Just want to give another shout out to Dr. Jim Harris here, a man who specializes in sciences, who spends his time listening to this show. Thank God you don't feel it's a waste.
I did see him pop in the Discord asking about it.
Yeah, Dr. Jim Harris,
Shout
a
out.
longtime viewer of the show,
Shout out to Dr. Jim.
former cast member, current viewer.
And
Shout out.
also current doctor.
One of his many accolades.
One pays more than the other.
I bet.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch viewer it's not a great paying job. I tried to make a go of it, but they really aren't.
It's rough.
Yeah, the raise schedule is really not it's not tenable.
The raid schedule.
All right, I'm ready for a rolling dump here when I wrap around. So if you want to line up in the central.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so our leasing costs daily are down to like 2,000 or 3,000 a day. It's actually not that bad.
Okay, I'm going to do a quick turn here, Paul, and we'll line up with you.
Take your time.
He just wants to chug jug with you, bro.
Yeah, don't fall off the hill is the challenge.
That is a legit concern on that section of the field.
I think I want to save for
Typo.
one of the big harvesters because they got the caterpillar wheels, and so they can just turn in place. So you can literally just make perfect right turn pivots, 180-degree turn pivots. I think that would probably be good.
When I tested them out, they were not that nimble. Because they still have 2 wheels in the back.
Okay, but is it worth having a header twice as big?
It's really good, yes.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, don't over...
I'm gonna oversell it. Listen, I'm middle management. Overselling is literally my job description.
Oh, I'm empty.
that and filling out forms.
This game's gonna be 4K 60 FPS. It's gonna change your life. You've never played anything like this. It's gonna make The Sims look like SimCity 2000. Okay? You'll never play a better game than this. We're calling it Star Citizen. $400 million in development. Can't be wrong.
Feature bloat.
Money in rat holes. No, good luck.
I mean, at least they're actively still working on it compared to some of the other boondoggles in our lifetime.
Look, I saw someone say one of my best moments in Star Citizen was the first time I woke up and I put my clothes on and I turned off my lights and I closed my apartment and I walked to the spaceport and I got on my spaceship and I opened the exterior doors and I requested landing takeoff clearance and I took off and I went to space, and I don't want to have to do that every time. It was good one time.
Sounds accurate.
I don't know.
Well, and that's so like that's for like a server reset, like where you spawn on the planet. Like typically you can log off in a spaceport and like it's super easy to get back to your ship.
Okay.
I mean,
Did you see there's a Empyrean MMO now, by the way?
Oh, really?
It's called Starbase. Yeah, you put ships together just like an Empyrean and like starbases and stuff.
Interesting.
I think it doesn't have a subscription. You just buy it one time and that's it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a little interested in it,
Play
but
that for a little bit.
And
But
is it?
it looked like a buggy mess.
yeah, it definitely
is
doesn't look
like
great.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I don't know how they'd make that work. Like
Which game are we talking about?
Starbase?
Oh. I played that, I think. There used to be a old version, right?
I don't know. It's just MMO Empyrean.
Oh, then it's definitely not the same thing.
So I don't know, Spoon. Maybe I'll do it one day. But right now, I just keep dreaming of Eco. We need to wrap up the Arc server. Burst through Arc over the next 2 or 3 months, and then do some Eco.
Mm-hmm.
Eco. Equally fun and frustrating.
Oh,
Hey man, I'm gonna leave engineering and mining and all that other shit to somebody else. I'm gonna live deep in the woods, setting up nice little tree farms and food fields, and then I'll drive my steam car into town and sell fresh vegetables to all of my friends.
Who's gonna fucking build you a steam car?
So, someone who took engineering other than me.
So here's the big problem
What's the big problem?
with that is there's no Keller because he's super busy.
Yeah. I should talk to him and see when he's not busy.
He was the driving power behind those.
Innovations, yeah.
Well, where's my credit? What the fuck?
Like
He got me the materials, and then I'm the one who processed and refined them.
Yeah, that's the
I'm not saying
it was
it's
a team effort.
Yeah, I'm not saying any of that's not true. What I'm saying is I'm not on that team anymore. Y'all motherfuckers can figure it out.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying is now both parts of that team are missing.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is I have no pony in this fight whatsoever because I fucked off and built a castle.
Mm-hmm.
I also fucked
Everything
off
was being
and
stressing,
built
and
a
I was
cave.
like, no, I'm not playing this in stress. I'm going to go build a castle.
I was saying to myself, like, I don't like this entire capitalism bullshit. I'm just gonna go in the woods, live by myself. Worked out.
Yeah, Jedediah Hawksworth was just a hunter gatherer, and then late on in the game he was a farmer.
Yeah.
And a cook, of course.
I mean, honestly, I started off most of my I'm by myself crap because I was still feeling really stupid about burning the previous version of this server down with that exploit bug that I didn't even know was a thing until I stumbled over it.
They didn't know it was a thing. Remember when I got a message about it like 2 months later? They're like, oh yeah, this is still a thing. Your servers will be affected by it. I was like, holy shit, guys. Get your fucking shit together.
They are not fast.
Nope.
Like, on my little home feed for my library, that's like one of the least amount of things I see. It's an eco update. And I've got things like Saurian. That's been in development hell for decades.
Hey, Paul Con, where you at with the truck?
Front of the field on this approach.
Oh, I see. All right, I'm headed down to you.
You don't want to cut through like right there. That's little
No,
line there?
I'm full.
Are you full? All right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna turn
I'm
around.
full.
Say the line, Spoon. Say it. Say it. You know you want to.
I'm surprised you don't have
It's like Gollum.
Maybe that needs to be my new on-screen character for when I do D&D, you know? I've been looking through, like, wizard outfits to see what's gonna look modern wizardy, but maybe I need to just go full Gollum instead. You know, get, like, a bald head cap or something.
Yeah.
Or you could go to Cobra Commander, where it always works.
Oh, there you go.
I don't think Cobra Commander is fitting with my image. What am I, Star
It's an image of
Scream?
no image. It covers his face.
It's a mirror. Of course it suits your image. It can be whatever the fuck you put in front of it.
The evil you see is the evil within yourself.
Okay, guys. You're gonna need to repair that cultivator when you're done with it, John Bullion.
Is it really bad right now?
It's not really bad, but it's in like 30%, so
Okay.
just remember to get her done. In the end, you know? In the end, we all fall apart. What is meant to be will eventually be a memory.
You're faster than I am.
Mm-hmm. I'm 7 miles an hour, bitch.
When we got so far.
And fought so long, and in the end it didn't even matter? Yeah. Yeah, we had to fall to lose it all.
In the end, the server wipe took it all.
Oh boy.
Look, Here's what I know. In 18 days, we blew up a fucking meteor. And it felt great afterwards deleting the server.
Yeah. We did it in basically half the time.
Yeah. That's why with Ark, I finally decided to let go after Empyrean and just play casually. And I feel like I'm in a good space right now.
I mean, they were fueled. They were fueled by Cotton and I. And,
Yeah.
Was that Ludeman and
Yep, Ludeman.
Who always because
Soundwave did the oil. Eternal did the mining when Keller couldn't.
That's right.
I mined down to I mined the ocean, so I could get rid of the ocean in a big block, so I could put oil.
Yeah, we needed that oil. A huge amount of endgame relied on
that's right.
oil.
I remember that. Yeah, it was we determined that the one place that was super rich in oil
It's in the middle of the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, got more from like one step of mining that than mining it all of the oil derricks that we had set up.
Other 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I am. Next time around, I'm ready for a rolling silly dump. Fill it full over here.
It's the childish meme that keeps on giving over and over again.
I just remember planting a huge like rice field out in the swamps.
I want to do that, Spoon. I want to live that life.
400 times with bricks.
I remember building the foundations to a beautiful mountain home that I never ever got the chance to build. I was too busy building the fucking laser. I want to have a nice looking house that wasn't just crammed full of shit.
I remember finding a nice spot, and the next day there's a fucking castle on top of it.
Wow, owned. Literally wrecked.
Yep.
What is that like?
Foundation was already started when you found that place. I spent so much time just digging up sand and stone and just over and over and over.
Bet the crane would have made that real easy.
The build part, yes, but I had to dig, and it was before we even had the steam. I had half that castle built before we even got to steam. So it was quite the labor.
I mean, when we got the steam literally within seconds of the maximum time you could take. Sorry, the minimum time you could take. Perfectly timed drops.
Full, so I'm not going to start another row.
Okay.
So just pull forward now a little bit so I can get back and get next to you.
Next up.
What are you doing, John Bullion?
Just trying to set up my thing. It's broken apparently.
What thing?
My cruise control.
Operator error. We're probably gonna call it in the next few minutes, guys. I know we're in the middle of stuff, but it feels like it's gonna be like another.
Yeah, it would take about another hour to.
Yeah.
No, I mean just like even finishing up the harvest right now is gonna take like 10 plus minutes. So
more than that, I would imagine. Probably like 20, 15, 20.
maybe not that. I mean, there's only like 20% of the field left. But yeah, when I reach the end of this, I'm gonna shut the server down. Should probably remember to save before I do that, though, this time.
Yep.
Well, time went by pretty quickly this time.
Did.
So slow, John Bullion. I'm living my life 1/4 field at a time. I'm gonna do it. I'm finally gonna pass my rival with my sick tractor drift skills. I'm doing it.
Is that Midnight Disaster?
Midnight Disaster of Team Sinister Region? I heard he's the most villainous racer who's ever existed. I'm doing it, Sean. I actually am literally 1/4 of a mile an hour faster than you.
The The thing I'm worried about is that
So
little
fast.
bit here.
Nothing
the
matters but that
orange
quarter
part.
mile.
Oh no, you're swerving. No, I'll go back and get it. Your wild swerving. All right. Seductive rhythms. All right. Let's see here. Save game. Quit. Friends, both here and on YouTube, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week to finish the harvest and then plant canola. We're going to use one seeder. We're going to canola. Did my whole game crash? What the heck happened? All right. So, yeah, thanks for joining me. Have a good night.
Have a good one.